Yeah. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High.
Yeah. 1 John 3:15 is real. You got hatred for your brother, no account as a kill. Why you lying to the people? You just say what you feel. We the ones teaching truth, speaking scriptures that heal, yeah. Know that Babylon burn with the fire. Dead bodies in the street killed us all with the lies. Built up this country, yet we can't provide no jobs. So I gotta rob my brother for his Jordans cause they fly, yeah. Kill each other just to make it to the top. When the whites set the standard, all the blacks is trying to climb. Looking for the answer, thought the Bible was a lie. Till I realized the people in the Bible wasn't white, yeah. I had to read the prophet Jeremiah. The Jews is black, the mother suckers is lying. And I'ma say this one more time. If you got hatred for your brother, then you taking the life. We get paid for the destruction of our people. Abortion clinics booming in the hood cause they need it. They saying that they love us, can't you see it's all secret? Slave master ain't letting the slave be above his position, he just letting you play. Gold chains on your neck, you a modern day slave. Destroy your people for the money, say you real but you fake. You be screaming that you pay, but is you white man pay? Is you writing any checks or is you waiting on pay? I mean you brag about you, but is your people at the top of this society? You a selfish nigga, want the glory and the praise. The reason we can't come together cause your selfish ways. They be preaching in the churches, who they preaching to? Black man can't relate to who they preaching to. White man gave you your religion, who you kidding? We was always Israelites, we was never Christians. But I just wanna roll like a star. See the big wheels, got the foes on the car. Kill my own people for the gold and the floss, yeah. You know ain't nothing worse than a nigga. Go and kill you one, go ahead kill you one. Feed them anything, go ahead feed it to them. Got these niggas on the leash for the money. You know they kill each other for the money. Vainglory, they been looking for the vainglory. I ain't down playing yours, we all got a story. Thought I'd make it in the world, but it wasn't for me. The Lord had to change my ways, it was more important. Counted all, yeah, I counted up the cost. I was torn for a second, but I'm glad I made the choice. Don't want to be compared to a donkey or an ox. So Isaiah 1:3 had me studying for more. Know you Israel, but you gotta know more. I'ma use the word, preach it to the four corners. You don't see the bus, but our job is the one you hear us roaring in the streets like the Lord sent it thunder. Prophets is back, you know the world know it. We gon' take the kingdom, tell her doubters we'll show 'em. Up reading scriptures about 5 in the morning, but I'm hungry for the word, so I gotta keep it doing. Bootstrap, brothers with me. Israelites, we shutting down your city. Putting in the work, you know the Lord my witness. And if he take me today, he raise up my children. Psalms 56, when my enemies against me. Know that I'ma fight long as the Lord's still with me. Walking in sin where them shoes don't fit me. Tried to save your life, found out you wasn't willing. Gone tomorrow, I see you here today. Don't wanna fall off, so Lord I pray. Hear my prayers and Lord keep me safe. Command my house and lengthen my days. Gave up my life just to follow Christ. And if I had another chance, I'd do it twice. The day you come back, that's what I pray at night. I got my brothers in the back screaming, yeah, that's right. But I just wanna roll like a star. See the
Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
All praises.
We live, man. Wednesday night
live.
war zone. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Shalom to the children of Israel. This is your boy Shapar the Gadite, man. And we coming to you live on Warzone Wednesday with a mighty Yahweh's camp. And we're here to bring you another lesson, another strong, mighty lesson, man. First of all, I want to start out. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Tawada Yahweh, Tawada Yahweh Shah, right? And we here to bring out a mighty lesson, man. I'm gonna let all the brothers introduce themselves, and we're gonna go around the panel right quick.
Hey, Shalom, this is your brother Mahar.
Shalom, Shalom, Israel. This your brother Yashawan Ban Yahweh.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yashah Barakatah. All praises, brother Yahshua.
And that's the mighty Yahweh's camp, man. So we here, man. We bringing this lesson out, man. And the Lord put it on my spirit here recently. He put it on my spirit to go into the fear of the Lord. That's something that we read constantly in these scriptures. I've been meditating on that actually here for a while now, and just to go into a little bit of background. So we're out teaching, man. We weekly we go out there and hit the highways and byways, And it's our job, man. We've been commissioned by the Most High through his son, Yahweh Shah, to come through, man, and to bring in the lost sheep. And that's what we're out there for, man. We're trying to bring our family back. We're trying to build up the nation of Israel. So we was teaching the other day. One of the brothers was out there teaching the other day. And I was already meditating on this, but one of the sisters, she made a comment or a question, and she asked, she said, are we supposed to be fearing the Lord? We were out there teaching, and verses came out, precepts came out, and she said, well, are we actually supposed to fear the Lord? And I actually thought that was a good question, because we know, man, we read many scriptures. We know how the Lord feels about Israel, and we know that we are the chosen people, right? The Lord chose us. Matter of fact, we could pull some precepts for that. Could somebody give me Isaiah 44:1? And let's get Jeremiah 32, verse 40. Because we're the chosen people of Israel, man. We are the so-called Hispanics, the so-called Native Americans, the so-called African Americans. We teach that we make up the children of Israel, right? We fit the curses. We fit those people. We fit the people in the scriptures. So it's our job, man, to bring light to these scriptures and to wake up our people. So I just want to acknowledge a few scriptures and go into who Israel is and the covenant that we made with the Most High.
Hey, I got you, King. Hey, the book of Isaiah, chapter 44 and verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
So we know the Most High, he's talking to Jacob, his servant. We know he's dealing with Israel, right? And that's the chosen seed. That's who the covenant was given to. Keep reading, King.
God. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen.
You see, the Lord, he told us to fear not, right? He didn't, the Lord, you can read in the scriptures, he didn't put that spirit of fear on us. Yet where the subject that we're going into is, are we supposed to fear the Lord? The Lord's telling us in that precept, verse 2, he says, fear not, right? So keep reading on, King.
Come. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring.
So that's all I wanted on that. When it says, I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, that's what you're seeing, man. You're seeing the spirit of the Lord on Jacob's seed out here, man. Right? The men that hit the highways and byways, all our brothers that's building up in the spirit, right? All the brothers keeping these commandments, you know what I mean? Our mighty sisters, you know, the daughters of Israel, you know, taking care of the family, you know, holding the house down. You're seeing the spirit of the Lord being on our people, man. You're seeing a righteous remnant raise up, right? And that's what I wanted to go into as far as Israel being the chosen seed, being that elect seed and that righteous remnant. Can somebody give me that Jeremiah 32 and 40? All praise to the Most High, man. But the Lord, he made a covenant with Jacob, man. He made a covenant with the children of Israel. And as we start this lesson, I just want to acknowledge that and go into who the Lord's chosen people are and how we know we're the chosen people.
Yeah, I can read it for you again, King.
Come.
Hey, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 32 and verse 40. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me.
So yeah, that's what this lesson's about. The children of Israel, we got the everlasting covenant. The Lord said, I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their Salakia, but I will put my fear in their hearts, and that they shall not depart from me. And that's what I wanted to go into, man. I wanted to deep dive a little bit and kind of build up on this fear of the Lord, right? So basically, man, you know, you got fear. When you're dealing with fear, it's going into terror. It's going into being scared, right? and I was meditating on this all week. You got different kind of fear out here, right? There's such thing as a good fear, right? So-called good fear, and we got bad fear. We got fear that will keep us in line, right? We got fear that will keep you in a safe place, right? Like we're taught. One thing my father taught me, man. He said a little saying he used to say, you need to know when to be a sheep and when you need to know when to be a wolf, right? So you need to be wise out here. You need to make wise decisions. There's certain kind of fear out here that will guide you, man. Like you learn there's certain dangers out here that you gotta fear, right? If you go in and you're a type of person that don't fear nothing, you could face some heavy consequences. We used to have a saying that keeping it real, will get you killed. So you gotta be smart and wise how you move. You know what I mean? You can't just move any which way you want to. You gotta have fear for certain things, but righteously. You gotta watch how you move, right? You gotta know. Even Yahushua knew when it was time, man, for him to maybe slide off. He knew when it was time to move, when it was time when he shouldn't move, right? So you need to know in these days, you need to know when to be a sheep and when to be a wolf, which way you should move and which way you shouldn't move, right? If you see a fire, right, you're not gonna just go over there and play with the fire, right? You're gonna have a fear of fire, right? You're dealing with an interstate. You ain't just gonna walk out in traffic. You know what I mean? You fear the consequences, right? So that's something I want to go into. Most High, he has us in the scriptures. He tells us over and over to fear him, to fear the Lord. And he in the Most High, he deals with consequences. If you read Deuteronomy 28 and you read the blessings and you read the curses, there's much more blessings. There's 14 blessings in Deuteronomy 28, and it goes all the way to 68. And the back end of the chapter is all consequences or curses. So you gotta have certain fear. You gotta know when to move and when not to move. And the Lord, he's dealing with that kind of fear to keep us in check. He's giving us consequences. He's putting his fear on us so we know which way to move. We know what to do and what not to do. He's giving us warnings. He's telling you, like, look, if y'all deal with certain things, this is what's going to happen. If you stay righteous, follow my commandments, you're going to get blessings. But if you don't fear the Lord, there's going to be consequences for you. And that's all up and down the scriptures. So I just want to get into a few precepts, get into a few different topics. And basically, man, in a nutshell, we're supposed to fear the Lord, right? It's in the scriptures on and on. We can read it. We're going to meditate on a few different precepts, but fearing the Lord is actually one of those good fears. That's a good fear. You want to have that fear of the Lord on you, right? You want to keep his commandments. You want to do what the Lord instructs you to do. He's giving you these commandments to keep you safe, keep you clean, so you can live a long, righteous life. Can somebody give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6, starting at the top, and somebody give me Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. We just going to meditate on these precepts and cover a couple of these different topics. All praise to the Most High, man. Because there's different kind of fears out here. There's good fear. There's bad fear, right? We don't want to fear these other nations, right? We don't want to walk around scared and scared of these other nations, knowing not when to rise up. But we definitely want to fear the Lord, right? That's a good fear that we want. You can read that, King, when you're ready.
Khan, you said 6 and 1.
Yeah, started chapter 6, verse 1.
Khan, this Deuteronomy 6 and 1. It says, now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments, which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
So this is Moses talking to the children of Israel. He's letting them know that these are commandments, statutes that the Lord God has given him to command and teach the children of Israel, right? Keep reading, King.
That thou mightest fear the Lord thy God.
And there it is right there. Moses is telling you that we need to be fearing the Lord thy God, right? We need to have that fear of the Lord when we're going in day out. Keep reading.
To keep all his statutes and his commandments.
Right. So in order for us to fear the Lord, the next part of the verse says to keep all his statutes and all his commandments. That's basically what Moses is trying to tell you. Keep reading.
Which I commanded thee, thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life.
Right. So he's saying if you that you may fear the Lord, that you keep his commandments, and that your son, your family, your offspring is going to keep all these commandments all their days in their life. Go ahead, King.
And that thy days may be prolonged.
Right. Keep reading.
It says, hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Lord God of thy fathers have promised thee, and the land that floweth with milk and honey.
Right. So the Lord's just commanding you. He's telling you, if you fear me, you're going to keep my commandments. And this is the benefits of keeping my commandments, right? You can drop that. Can somebody give me Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12?
God. And Salaki, if I may, if I could throw some in there. So when you go into the definition, right, into the Hebrew on the word fear, right, this is what comes up.
Psalms H33:72. Yareh. Yareh.
And then when you go down to the definitions, right, it's talking about to fear, to revere, right, to be afraid. Right here is what I'm talking about. Reverence, right, honor, and respect, right? So the world will have you believing that fear is something, oh, you're afraid, you're shaking in your boots and stuff like that. And we should fear the Lord. But at the same time, we want to reverence him. We want to honor him. We want to respect him, right? And when we respect him, we do what he says.
So I was meditating on that earlier. And, you hear certain people talk. They're like, well, religion has a lot to do with control. And I read all these laws. I got to be controlled. I got free will. I can do what I want. But that's kind of why I wanted to start off on this and go into the fact that when you fear in the Lord, you're keeping his commandments, right? He wants, in order for you to fear him, you have to keep his commandments. He's giving you laws and rules to follow. And in order for you to live prosperous, right? And to show the Lord that you fear him, you must keep these commandments. All praises. So if you want to read that Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12 for me.
God. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So he's asking you, he says, Israel, right? My chosen, what does the Lord require of thee, right? What do you need to do, right? What requirements does the Lord require from you? Keep reading.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
And there it is again, right? The Lord's telling you, I want you to fear me. Like the brother Mahar was bringing out, I want you to show reverence. I want you to show some respect, right? I want you to follow in my ways. Keep reading, beloved.
God. To walk in all his ways and to love him,
right?
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
You see that? Right? We know, man, right? If you read the scriptures in and out, we know how the Lord is. We know he's a jealous God, right? So he's asking you, right? You're his chosen seed line, right? He chose you out of all the nations in the world. So he's telling you, he's saying, what I want you to do, right, is I want you to fear me. I want you to walk in my ways, love me, and to serve me, right, with all your heart and all your soul. Me, man, I don't really think that's a big ask, being that all of these nations in the world, out of the 18 nations, right, he chose us. He chose his elect. He chose the children of Israel to follow him, right? So we gotta be mindful, right, that we're the chosen seed, right? The Lord's going to make certain requirements of us. We go into it all the time, right? These other nations, they can do it. They can do whatever. They can sin any which different ways, right? but they don't have to follow the Lord's commandments like we do. The Lord looks at us in a different way. He looks at us like we're his firstborn, right? According to the scriptures. So we have to walk in all his ways and love him with all our heart, right? Can somebody give me Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13? And can another brother give me the book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10? Right? Because we got certain requirements, man. We have duties, right? If we're going to follow the Lord, right?
Salaki, what was the second one?
Psalms chapter 111, verse 10.
I got Ecclesiastes.
Khan, bring it out, King.
Khan, it's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13, right? Or you want to start at 10? Where you want to start? 13?
You start at 13, King.
All right,
you start at 13.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments.
Khan, so again, man, I'm just trying to prove a point that we are actually supposed to fear the Lord, right? You see it often in the scriptures, right? He says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, right? Fear God, right? And keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Read that 14, King.
Khan, verse 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
You see that? So we gotta be mindful, man, that the Lord, he's going to bring judgments, right? He has we got a day of judgment that we gotta look forward to, man. So we got to keep the Lord's commandments. We got to keep that fear in our heart, and we got to know, man, that everything we do, man, right? The Lord's looking upon it, right? He's got angels doing his work. He's got angels watching over us. So we got to make sure, man, we stay in these commandments, right? We got to make sure we fear the Most High, especially being the chosen seed, right? Being the chosen children, right? Can somebody get me that book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10, right? Because I want to go into what does the fear of the Lord do, right? What does the actual fear of the Lord do? The scriptures tell us, right, in several different precepts, right, what actual the fear of the Lord will do, right? Because we just proved that the Lord requires us to fear him. It's a commandment that we must fear the Most High, right? We must show reverence, we must show respect, right? We must follow in his ways, right? But let's get into what the actual fear of the Lord will do, right? Somebody can read that for me.
The book of Psalms 111, verse 10. I got you, King. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom.
Right. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? Wisdom starts at fearing the Lord, right? Humbling yourself down, putting your fear into the Most High, right? Following in his ways, right? That's where your wisdom starts at. That's where all your understanding is going to start at. Keep going, beloved.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
Keep reading.
His praise endureth forever.
So it says, a good understanding have all they that do his commandments, right? And I was meditating on that earlier, right? I had a little back and forth last week with a so-called Christian pastor, and I was going into why we need to keep the commandments. And one of the things he asked me was, he said, what does that have to do with salvation, right? But with what we just read, it says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. See, the Christian church, they're not teaching this, right? They don't look at these precepts. They don't have this understanding. It says a good understanding have all they that do his commandments, right? If the church is not teaching you to keep the commandments, then that means all their people is not walking around with a good understanding, right? It's in a paraphrasing, right? It's saying that you're thinking properly and you're understanding properly if you're keeping his commandments, right? The commandments, if you go into them, it's giving you a clear way to think. If we go and we teach against the commandments, or we teach not the commandments, then we're not doing what the Lord told us to do, right? The Lord told us to teach our people the commandments so our people can have a good understanding, a good wisdom, a good knowledge of things, right? If you're not teaching the commandments to people, they don't know what to eat. They don't know how to handle their brother, right? They don't know which way to move. right? They're not looking at the high holy days. They're not looking at the Shabbat. Should they take a day of rest or not, right? They got an evil heart towards each other, right? Just looking in the past, I was meditating on this earlier. If we had that fear of the Lord, right, and we had that good understanding and we were keeping the commandments, imagine how much of our history would have just come out different, right? Imagine what would have happened in the garden if they would have had actual fear of the Lord, like the real fear of the Lord when he told them not to do stuff. Imagine our ancestors and our forefathers, all the things that they could have avoided if they had true fear of the Lord, right? And they didn't walk into their sinful ways, right? They're not dealing with idolatry. They're not praising other gods. All these different things. We have to have that good understanding, beloved, right? This is why we have to fear the Lord wholeheartedly, like the brother Mahar was bringing out. We have to have that reverence for the Lord. We have to have that respect, right? Just when you like, when you're facing tough times, and you're facing times of temptation, right? If somebody will somebody give me Sirach chapter 2 verse 1, right? But when we're facing tough times, man, right, we have to remember that fear of the Lord. We have to fear the Most High, right? Because those tough times, right, you're thinking you're falling, right? You got temptation picking at you. You got different things. You're like, man, right? What am I going to go through? How am I going to fight through this, right? We remember that we got to remember the Lord that we serve, the power that we serve, right? And we got to keep these commandments and fear the Lord, right? I know myself, man, there's certain sins, right, that, everybody deals with certain stuff, you know what I mean? Some stuff's easier to put away, some stuff's harder, some stuff kind of pricks at your spirit, you know what I mean? It's hard to fight off temptation, right? But when you think about that fear of the Lord, you're like, man, I'm not going back to this. I'm not going back to that. So that's how we have to be in that state, man, of remembering the God we serve, the power we serve, and to keep his commandments, man, and fear him. Somebody want to read that for me?
Hey, Khan, this is your brother Kazak, man. I can grab that for you.
Come on, all praises.
Hey, Shalom, King.
Shalom.
And Shalom, Cat.
Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Yahabashim Brakatham.
Khan. So this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right, and that's a strong precept, man. That's something that the captain was going in on one of his videos earlier, man. Right, Saturday, he was going into if you step into this work, man, and you plan to serve the Lord, right, and you're gonna face temptations, man. Right, you're gonna go through certain temptations, but we have to prepare ourselves for that. See that we have to be mindful and we have to be prepared for the certain temptations we're going to endure. That's why fearing the Lord is so important, right? We have to be mindful of this walk that we're in. We have to know what we're getting ourselves into, and temptation, that's just a part of it. You're going to walk into that, right? Can somebody get me the book of James chapter 1 verse 12, right? Because there's going to be certain times of temptation, but he that can remember to fear the Lord, he that has that fear of the Lord on him, right, is always going to remember, man, no matter what temptations I'm going through, I got to keep these commandments, right? I gotta be true to the Most High. Whoever wants to read that can go ahead and bring that out.
Hey, I got it for you, King. The book of James, chapter 1, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life,
right,
which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
Right. So blessed is he that endureth temptation, man. We're going to go through temptations, right? We're trying to receive that righteous crown, right? We know that the Lord's promised us and he has love for us. So there's going to be times that we got to fight these temptations, right? But a great way to fight off these temptations, right, is to remember the Most High, and to keep his commandments, and to keep that fear of the Most High. You see that, right? You got all these consequences you can fall to, right? You fall off and you start doing certain things, right? You start dibbling and dabbling in certain sins, right? there's going to be consequences for that, right? We know that by reading the scriptures. We know that by reading through the law. So we got to make sure we endure in this thing, right? Christ said, he that endureth to the end, right, is going to be saved. So we know that there's certain temptations we're going to go through. We know that there's certain spirits that you're going to have to fight off, but you got to keep that fear of the Most High, man. You got to keep that fire burning. You got to keep that oil burning, right? You got to know, man, what kind of God we serve, right? The power that we serve, right? We got to keep that commandments, and we got to fear the Lord, man, right? We got to be strong in this thing, Israel, because it's the final days, man. Like you seeing all kind of wickedness happen, right? You seeing governments collapse. You seeing all kind of disasters happen, right? Mahar, if you want to, man, you can go ahead and queue up that video that I sent you.
Hey, Khan, I was just gonna say, talking about fires. What?
Right. All praise to the Most High, man. Yeah, so the Lord, man, you're seeing some of the signs of the Lord in these days, man. You're seeing some of the things that's going on, right? You just play some of that video for the crowd, man. Give them a little visual. Oh,
Oh, fuck.
Hey, that's good right there, Mahar. Come on, man. Y'all see some of those visuals, man? Like the Most High is really not playing, man, right? That's why it said in the scriptures, man, we got to prepare ourselves, man. Can somebody give me Shalom, family, Shalom. Can somebody give me the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 15, man? Right? Because I want to show, man, I want to deep dive a little bit into what the fear of the Lord will do for us, man. How we got to fear the Most High and how we can fear the Lord, man. Especially in these last days, man. Like some of those, you're seeing mudslides, right? You're seeing cranes fall out of the sky. You're seeing all kind of weird signs all in the heavens, man. You're seeing the sun, the moon is looking funny out here. So we got to prepare ourselves, man, and make sure, like I said earlier, we keep that oil burning and we remember the Lord's commandments and remember to keep that fear of the Most High, man. Especially in the times that we're living in, man. All this information that we're receiving. All praises. Somebody want to read that Sirach chapter 2, verse 15?
Khan, I got it. It says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word.
You see that? You got the fear of the Lord. You're not going to disobey his word. You're going to stay true to these commandments. Keep reading.
And they that love him will keep his ways.
You see that? What's that sound like, right? That sounds just like John, 1 John chapter 5, verse 3, right? they that love him will keep his ways, right? If you love the Lord, you're going to keep his commandments, man. Plain and simple, right? Keep reading.
They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him,
Uh-huh.
and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
You see that? We got to fear the Lord, man, and we got to love him, man. That sounds kind of, when I read that, man, I always get thrown off. I'm like, so we got to fear the Lord and we got to love him, man. But that's how it is when you're dealing with authority, man. That's how it is when you're dealing with power. You know, a lot of us, man, like for me, speaking example, you know, like my grandfather, man, like he loved me, right? And I loved him to death, man. That was a very austere man. That was a austere Israelite, right? But I always had a certain fear of him. He was an austere man. I knew when he said something, his rules weren't no games. I knew when he said something, he wasn't playing. So I loved him and I feared him at the same time. That's kind of how we got to deal with the Lord, man, right? We got to love him, but we got to fear him, man, right? Because we see in the visuals, we see every day, man, what's going on in society, right? I got some other videos I'm going to pull up later on that the Lord ain't playing with us, man. So you can keep reading on, beloved.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts.
And that's what we're doing now, man, right? We're preparing our hearts and we're coming out here. We're putting these lessons together. We're hitting the highways and byways and we're telling our people, man, that prepare themselves and get ready, right? Keep reading.
And humble their souls in his sight.
You see that? We got to be humble when dealing with the Most High, man, right? We got to put that pride away, right? We got to humble ourselves with our brothers and sisters, right? And humble ourselves in the face of the Most High. Keep reading.
Verse 18, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord.
Right? So we're going to fall into the hands of the Most High, man. That's who we got to deal with, man, when we don't keep his commandments, right? Right? We're not dealing with nobody else. We're dealing with the Most High. Keep reading.
And not into the hands of men.
Right. So you ain't gotta worry about men. You gotta worry about fearing the Lord. You see that? Keep going, beloved.
For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
Right. So, like the scripture says, man. Right. You're gonna fall by not fearing the Lord. Right. By not keeping these commandments. Right. Not staying true to the Most High. You're gonna fall into the hands of the Lord, man. Right. You ain't gotta worry about the next man. You ain't gotta fear no men. Right. But you gotta fear the Lord. Right. Because he's the one, man, that makes these judgments. Right. He's the one that can seal everything up, right? He's the one that has control of everything we see and do, right? So we got to make sure we keep the fear of the Lord, right? And we got to prepare our hearts, man. We got to get our mind and our soul ready. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, man, the elders, man, the priests will go into that what we're out here doing is we're keeping these commandments, but we're rehearsing the righteous acts, right? When we get to the kingdom, man, right, we're rehearsing the righteous acts now, but by the time we get to the kingdom, man, right, we're gonna be straightened out. We're gonna know how to handle ourselves, man, right? We don't want no folly, no mischief, no mayhem, no wickedness in the kingdom. So we're going through now, rehearsing these righteous acts, getting our minds right, getting our spirits right, right. So when that kingdom comes, right, you're going to have a bunch of soldiers, man. You're going to have the Lord's elect, right? You're going to have the chosen people, man. And we're going to know how to handle ourselves, right? We're going to be walking in the ways of the Most High, man, right? If somebody can get me Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11, right? And if somebody wants to get me Joshua chapter 4, verse 23, because we got to get ourselves right, beloved. You know what I mean? We gotta fear the Most High. It's a requirement of him. Right, this is required of us in these final days to walk in his ways, you know. And the Lord, man, like nobody tells the Lord what's right and wrong. He tells us what's right and wrong. He gave us the laws, right? Therefore, his judgment, man, his judgment's perfect, right? Just like the law is perfect, the Lord's judgment's perfect, right? We don't sit back, we don't tell the Lord what's right and what's wrong, right? He wrote the book on all this stuff. He told us and gave us the laws. So we have to follow what the Lord says. We have to walk in his ways, right?
Right. Salakia, that's the Christian church right there. They try to tell God what to do.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. Like when the brother Ron was teaching one time, man, we was talking and kind of like trail mix. You know what I mean? They like, well, we can do this, but we can't do that. You know what I mean? We don't have to follow this law. I literally was talking to the dude the other day, and he's like, well, you know, none of this stuff matters for salvation. And we were standing out front of a jail, and when he walked off, I started thinking, I'm like, if we're standing out in front of the jail, and none of these guys out here, all these guys is locked up, right? They're doing all kind of stuff that got them locked up, right? I don't know what some of the men was doing locked up, but I'm thinking to myself, man, if these men was keeping the commandments of the Lord, right, they probably wouldn't be in this situation they're at, right? They'll be walking in the ways of the Lord. You're going to keep them out of certain trouble. You know what I mean? You ain't going to be stealing. You ain't going to be robbing. You ain't going to be doing, you know, certain sins, man, that'll get us in this condition. The Christian church don't teach that, man. That's why nothing keeps changing. They're not telling our people the ways to walk in. They're not telling our people to fear the Lord. They're saying just have faith, right? Just call on the name, right? They're not going into the other side of it. According to Revelations, we got to have the faith and we got to have the commandments of the Lord, man. This is why nothing really seems like it's changing for our people, because nobody's teaching them which ways they should walk. Nobody's teaching them that they got to keep the commandments of the Most High and to fear the Lord.
Hey, Salakia. I got a precept.
Come on, bring it out.
I don't know if you planned on using Proverbs 1 and 7.
No, bring it out, King.
Come. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7. This is dealing with the Christian church, if you think about it. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. It's like when you talk to some of the Christians and you say, yeah, we have to have faith in, you know, the Hamashiach, but we also have to keep the commandments. It's almost like they get upset and they get like offended and they start saying, well, what are the commandments? I bet you can't tell me. And it's like the idea of keeping the commandments is bothersome to them. That's why it says fools despise wisdom and instruction. They want to do what they want to do. And I yield.
Hey, Chazak, can you give me Proverbs 3 and 5, right? Because that's a beautiful point, right? Yeah, they don't teach our people, man, the ways they should walk, right? They teach our people that they can just do whatever they want, right? And as long as they, you know, show up in church on Sunday, or they do these certain things or do those certain things, right? They're not giving them the fruit of life, man. They're not giving them the ways for them to walk. So we tell our people this, right? And you see like a spirit rile up on our people. Well, I'm not being controlled. I'm not putting on modest apparel. I'm not putting the pork down, right? They're not teaching our people to fear the Lord. They're not teaching our people these commandments, right? Our people think that they start to go off. If we don't teach our people the ways that they should walk and that we need to fear the Lord, keep his commandments, before you know it, our people's going on their own ways, right? They're saying, well, I'm a Christian, I go to church, but, you know, I deal with this, or I deal with that, or I celebrate Christmas, or, you know, I look at these things online, or I look at those things online. Before you know it, man, they got their own doctrine, and the commandments is not even a thing. I remember when I was younger, I asked my dad one time, I said, man, what's all those things that the Lord's telling us in the beginning of the Bible? And I'm not trying to throw no shade at nobody or nothing like that, but it was like, oh man, that's just kind of like requirements and stuff that, you know, that was passed on to the children of Israel. It was never really pushed on us as a youth coming up, that these are the ways, this is the way we need to live. These are the ways of the Lord that we need to follow. So it's kind of like a stumbling block for our people. It kind of keeps them in sin when nobody's telling them, look, man, this is the Lord. We need to fear him. We need to keep these commandments. We need to walk in these righteous acts, man. And like you say, when you do tell them that, they kind of get puffed up in the spirit a little bit. It's like, man, come on, man. I've been eating pork all my life, or man, I don't want to cut the Christmas tree down, man. I'm used to doing that. Nobody's telling them, like, look, man, these are commandments God gave us. We're not supposed to be committing idolatry. We're not supposed to be walking in all these ways of the heathen. We're supposed to keep this thing holy, and we're a holy people. Nobody's telling them that they're the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? But can you bring that? You got something, King Shoe? So can somebody give me that Proverbs 3 and 5?
God, yeah, I got you. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart."
Right. So we gotta trust in the Lord, right? We gotta know who our power is, right? We gotta keep these commandments. You see that?
"And lean not unto thine own understanding."
What the Proverbs say?
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
You see that? And we gotta keep these commandments. We gotta walk in the ways of the Most High. We gotta fear the Lord, not lean on the ways of our own understanding, right? Leaning on our ways of our own understanding is not reading these commandments, not keeping these commandments, right? Not keeping the Lord's precepts, not going back to the law. We're just any which way the wind blows, that's the way we kind of go to. You know what I mean? Whichever which ways we think is right, we're gonna go to it. We have little street debates and little street conversations all the time, and if their doctrine is not lining up with the scriptures or the law, then we know that a lot of times we're leaning on our own understanding. You see that? We're not keeping the commandments up.
Salakia. So yeah, I mean that's exactly what we've been doing, right? We have been leaning on our own understanding and listening to what the church tells us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they tell us the law is done away with, and we ain't got to worry about the law, but yet they want us to keep tithes and keep their pockets full. Right? We got this cat in the chat, Ramal. Oh man, he out of control. If you want to come on, we can take a number. You can have number 2, and you can hold your questions, and you can come on and we can chat about it.
If you want to come on, man, let me get through this lesson, man, and whatever y'all brothers want to do, man. You know what I mean? We can go into it. You know what I'm saying? We can deal with that. You know what I mean? All praise to the Most High, man. We're here to teach, man. We're here to teach our brothers and sisters, man. You know what I mean? Because the so-called pastors, right? The so-called Christians, they're not teaching our people the right way. They're not breaking these precepts down line by line, right? They're giving us a false doctrine. They're giving us a false ideology, man. Right? So somebody want to get me that Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11? All praises.
God, I got it for you, King. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 11.
Right.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
So in this context, sentence is going into judgment, right? Judgment against an evil work is not executed speedily, meaning we don't always get our judgments speedily. You see that? Read on.
Con. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
You see that? So a lot of times, man, we don't hearken to these commandments because our judgment is not it's not executed speedily, right? The Lord takes his time when he's dealing with stuff, man. He has a certain way that he works stuff, right? In the book of Isaiah, he says, my thoughts are not your thoughts. We don't have the same thoughts, right? We don't have the mind of the Lord, right? We can read his commandments and we can try to walk in his way the best we can, but we don't have the mind of the Most High, right? So we think, oh man, I can kind of get away with this. I can kind of do certain things, right? Because judgment's not going to be executed to me speedily. You see that? Keep reading.
Con. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged.
So we used to say that all the time, man. How come it seems like the cats that are always sinful doing wicked stuff, how come it seems like they live a long life, right? How come it seems like, you know, the righteous or the guys trying to do right, it always seems like they have a tough time dealing with stuff, right? But it says, though a sinner do evil 100 times, his days be prolonged. Keep reading.
Come. And his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him.
You see that? And that goes back into what I'm trying to bring out, right? That we have to fear the Most High. It says, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, right? So that's going back into, man, why we need to fear the Lord. You see that? We need to keep this fear up. We need to keep these commandments. Read 13.
Con. Verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked.
You see that? So it's not going to go well for the wicked, right? And wicked, we know the wicked's another way of saying people that's not keeping the commandments, right? People that's living in sin, right? Keep going.
Con. Neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God.
You see that? You living out in this world. You're in the world. You're not in this book. You're not meditating on the scriptures, right? You're not meditating on the precepts, like the warrior King David said, right? We're not meditating on these precepts. We're not keeping the Lord's laws in our mind. So before we know it, man, we're trying to follow the ways of the world, right? We're not fearing the Most High. We're like, well, I can do this, I can do that. You know what I mean? Before you know it, man, plain and simple, you're going off, right? You don't have that fear of the Lord on you, right? You're not walking in his ways. So yeah, man, that's something I wanted to bring out, man. Judgment's not always executed quick, beloved. So we think we got time, you know what I mean? We can kind of do what we want, whatever. But we know, man, that him that keep the commandments, man, it's going to work out good for him, right? It's going to work out in his ways, right? The scripture says we're going to live a long life, and that Israel is going to be put above all nations, man. We could keep these commandments, right? We got to keep this faith, and we got to keep these commandments at the same time. Can somebody give me the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 14? And can somebody give me Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 12? Right? Because I just want to go into, man, that why we got to keep these commandments, man. Why we got to keep this fear of the Most High, right? We're trying to bring our people back, man. We're trying to rehearse these righteous acts. We're trying to build our people up and get them right for the kingdom, right? We don't want that. We don't want our people in a constant state of sin. We want them we don't want them constantly transgressing the laws of the Lord, right? We want to have them put that new garment on, right? If we are dealing with certain sins and it's hard for us to battle certain sins, right? We want our people to repent and come back to the Most High, right? So yeah, can you read Joshua chapter 24, verse 14? Beloved.
I got it. The book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 14.
Right.
Now, therefore, fear the Lord.
You see that? There it goes again. This is the mighty warrior Joshua, man, the Ephraimite. He's telling you, right? He's saying, now, therefore, fear the Lord, right? Keep reading.
And serve him in sincerity and in truth.
Right. Put your heart into this thing, man, right? The Lord chose you to be a special people, right? Out of all these nations in the world, the Lord chose you. So he's asking you, man, he's asking requirements of you. He's saying, serve me in sincerity and in truth. You see that? Keep going.
And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood, and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord.
Right. So we got to serve the Lord, man, right? The things that was going on the other side of the flood, man, that had the Lord furious, man, right? Men was committing all kind of wickedness, right? They weren't serving the Lord, right? They knew of the Lord, but they wouldn't serve the Lord, right? They had all kind of idol worship, all kind of gods, right? So we got to come back to serving the Lord, man, right? Like we constantly say, we got to keep this faith burning, right? We got to keep this faith, this oil burning, but we also got to keep these commandments of the Most High. You see that? Can somebody give me that Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 12, right? Because these are requirements for us, man, right? We have to build our nation up, right? Our women, our children, right? We hit these highways and byways, man. We're teaching our people, right? We're teaching them to fear the Lord, right? And why we should actually fear the Lord, right? This is the creator of heaven and earth, right? Right. This is the Lord that gave his son for us, man, right? As a mercy, man, as for grace. You see that? He gave the Hamashiach Yahushua to us, man, right? So we could have mercy and we could have the Lord's grace, man. You see that? You want to read that 31 and 12?
Con. It says, gather the people together, men and women and children, and thy stranger that is within thy gates, that they may hear and that they may learn and fear the Lord your God
Right.
and observe to do all the words of this law.
You see that? So the Moses is telling the children of Israel, man, to gather the women together, gather the children together, even the stranger that's in thy gate, man. Right? The whole camp, man, gather them all together, man, so we can learn, and that we can learn to fear the Lord God, man, and observe to do all his words of this law. You see that? So constantly, man, you see that in the scriptures. I just wanted to build a strong build, man, for we have to fear the Lord, right? We have to keep these commandments, man, right? And in fearing the Lord, you're keeping the commandments, right? You're respecting the Most High, right? You're acknowledging his ways, acknowledging the things he wants you to do, right? And you're being obedience, right? Can somebody give me the 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22, right? Because we have to be obedient, man, right? We got laws we got to follow, right? We can't just be out here doing anything, being in the world, right? The Lord requires us to be obedient, man, right? We serve a mighty power, man, right? We serve a mighty creator, man, right? He put 100,000 Assyrians to death, man. You see that? He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, right? He was going to destroy the Israelites, man, for making a golden calf, man, for committing idolatry, man, right? He sent a flood on the earth that killed everybody except for 8 people, man, right? This is the power that you serve, right? This is the God that you serve, man. These other nations, right? When the other nations and they came off of the ark, man, right? They knew of the Lord, man, because the Lord was with Noah, right? So the sons of Noah, they knew the Lord, right? But eventually, man, they created all these different idols, right? They have all this idol worship that they're built up in, right? Making all these figurines, right? Making all these idols by the hands of men, right? And even the children of Israel, man, they started going off in the book of Exodus chapter 32, right? Moses went up on the mountain, came down, man, and he's like, what's going on, right? These our people, man, are creating idols, man, right? I'm gone 40 days, 40 nights, and they acting like they don't know what's going on. They started building idols, man, and building altars and things to worship, man. You see that? So we got to make sure, man, that we keep this oil burning, Israel. We got to make sure we keep the Most High first and know the God that we serve, man. You see that? He opened up a hole in the ground, man, had them swallow up men, man, for Moses in the book of Numbers.
Swallowed all their asses up.
Swallowed them up, man, right?
Hey,
Sodom and Gomorrah, the flood.
Salaki, can I bring this precept out real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, King. All praise.
This the book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 5. It says, and said, I beseech thee, O Lord God of heaven, the great and terrible God,
right,
that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments. So the Most High was known as the great and terrible God. Like some of the things that you're going into about, the flood, the Lord destroying Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The Lord destroying all these other nations, right? Even when you look at what's going on in the world today, right? Like who you think killed all those people over there in Turkey in that earthquake? Right? Who you think killing all the people over there in Hawaii with all them wildfires? Right? All these mass shootings, all these new diseases and viruses. Right? That's the Most High doing that because he's known as the great and terrible God. You see that?
Right. Right, these other nations, man, they know him as El Shaddai, man, the Almighty, man, the Almighty, powerful and terrible, man. You see that? These other nations know, man, right? When we came off of that ark, man, right? They knew even before Noah, they knew who the Most High was, man. He walked with Adam, man, right? The other nations, they knew, man. The children of men, they knew who the Most High was, man. And to this day, they do. They know who the Lord is. That's why they fight as hard as they can to keep us away from our power, to keep us knowing the power that we serve, right? They don't want us calling on the name of the Lord. They don't want us knowing that we're the chosen seed. You see that? So they try as hard as they can, man, to keep us away from the Lord. And honestly, man, that's why they don't teach us the commandments, man, because they know, man, that the law is our kryptonite, man, right? We keep these commandments, man, and we're bringing down nations, man, right? Look at King David. Look at the Maccabees, right? So these other nations, they know, man. They had names for him, right? They know what kind of God he is, man. And that's a beautiful point that you're bringing out, King, because I'm going to go into that in a minute, right, about how he's known as the terrible God, right? We think God's all fairy tales and hugs and kisses and hearts and daggers and clovers. Nah, man. The Lord, he said, I kill, right? I wound, right? I destroy, man.
Hey, Salaki, can I bring that out real quick?
Yeah, come on, bring it out. Hey, Mahar,
Con,
Salakia, Mahar, why he's bringing that out, man? If you want to go ahead and pull up that video of the Hawaii,
Hey, it's already queued up.
Pull that up and let Yashalam bring out this precept, and we're gonna show, man. We're gonna show the power that we're dealing with, man. We're gonna show the terrible God, man. Right, the Creator, man. We're gonna show what His power is and how His wrath can come on this earth, man. Go ahead, Yashalam.
Did you want this one, right?
Con King. Go ahead and let him bring this precept up.
This the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 39. This was that's the spirit, because you was just talking about this. It says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. Right? That's what you was just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Right?
Oh.
So just like you was going into, right? Like when people get put to death, that's the Most High that was behind that, right? Like you was going into the flood, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah, right? You even had that account with I think it's in 2 Kings with Elisha. You know, the kids were scoffing at him, and then the Lord sent the she-bears, right? And they put the little kids to death. Right, you see that the Most High did that, right? So everything that's going on the earth, right? Every single day is a large amount of people that's getting put to death, and the Most High is behind all of that, right? Like you was going into about the church, you know, they want you to believe that God is all love and, you know, everything all sweet, but every single person that died every day is by the hand of the Most High. Right? So just think about it. You got people out here talking about, or such and such, he out here catching bodies, right? He got 4 or 5 bodies. Hey, just think about it. Every single last person on the earth that died every single day since the beginning of time, the Most High killed them, right? He took their spirit away, right? So just imagine how many bodies that the Most High got. Right. But that was it on that.
Hey man, the great and terrible, man, right? The Almighty, man, right? We gotta really, Israel, right? I tell you today, beloved, we gotta realize that the power that we serve, man, right? The Lord's not about a bunch of games, man, right? He wasn't playing, man. He put 100,000 Assyrians to death, man. You see that? He killed 3,000 of the children of Israel. If Moses had to come to him, right, and plead with him, right? If not, man, he was going to destroy all the Israelites and just keep the children of Levi around. You see that? This is not a power. This is not a God to be played with. You see that? He said, I make all things in the book of Isaiah. You see that? Like the brother was just reading in Deuteronomy 32, right? I kill, I make alive, I wound, right? This ain't no game that we're playing with, right? Especially in these last days, man, where we're going to show you a video and we're going to just show you what the Most High's power is like, right? Mahar, man, go ahead and cue that video up, King.
Con.
What the dude? Be the horn.
Only on 6, incredible video tonight as we get an exclusive look into the heart-stopping moments. This video out of the horror in Hawaii.
A South Florida man who lives there documenting as he and others escape that apocalyptic-looking zone hit by the wildfires.
We want to get right on over to NBC6 reporter Jessica Vallejo, who joins us live in the studio with more on this harrowing story. And we see it all there unfolding in part in video, Jessica.
Yeah, guys, this man is from Miami. He's actually a Belen and FIU graduate who moved to Lahaina just 2 years ago. And he was one who escaped the horrid raging walls of fire. Warning, the video you're about to watch is hard to see.
I feel the.
This is what Diego Rivera from Miami woke up to on Tuesday in his new home in Lahaina. Fire flares were going through his window. He knew he had to get out. These were the terrifying moments Rivera faced while escaping the raging walls of fire.
Let's go!
Within seconds, Rivera saw the horror spread through the streets, incinerated cars and buildings, power lines down, trees burning.
Let's go! Damn, it's hot.
A jarring sight, a person laying on the ground with the walls of fire caving in. Rivera had no time to help.
Somebody's down right here. Somebody's down.
The brush fire was so quick and the heat made it hard to breathe. But after a long journey, Rivera and the other two in their car made it to safety.
Ooh, dang, that's hot.
Days later, the devastation is becoming clear. Nearly 100 are dead. Thousands are still missing.
Lost my uncle, Tony, and his wife, and his daughter.
Just kept huddling in different corners, getting away from flying debris, getting away from flames.
The fact that we weren't incinerated is a miracle.
But while people are devastated, they are not alone.
It's my destiny. It's what I'm meant to do on this earth.
People have been sending aid. Michael Capone, the CEO of the nonprofit in Doral, the Global Empowerment Mission, has been in ground zero for days now.
Man, did y'all see some of them flames, man? Right? Just to quote the news reporter, they said a wall's full of fire, man. Did you see that, man? That's probably what Sodom and Gomorrah looked like, man. Right? The Most High wasn't playing, man. He destroyed whole cities, whole countries, right? At one time, man. Look at them earthquakes in Syria and Turkey, man. Thousands upon thousands of people, man. This is the God we serve, Israel, right? You can listen to this one and that one, and they say, oh, everything's sweet. You know what I mean? And don't get me mistaken, man. The Lord has grace, man. The Lord has mercy, man. Right? He could have been destroyed us. We just went into the count of the golden calf, man. He was going to destroy all Israel, right? He was going to destroy us, man, right? He sent the flood on the earth, right? But you got to think, man, right? He gave us grace when the Hamashiach came, right? But even before the Hamashiach, man, the Lord's grace was on the earth, man. The Bible says the Lord's long suffering, right? He's patient with us, right? He has patience with his children, right? He will show mercy, man, right? How many different captivities have we been into? The brother said, I can't, ashes just like the sand of the sea. That body counts high. Yeah, man, the Lord ain't playing, man, right? I don't know what they were doing in Hawaii. I don't know why Hawaii was chosen, right? I don't know what kind of wickedness was going on there, man, but the Lord weren't playing, man. You see that? And that's what America's got coming, right? You let Russia get amped up. You let these nukes get amped up, right? Putin just said last week, man, that I'm not playing, right? This ain't no bluff. I'm not bluffing, right? Y'all keep edging me on, right? And you're gonna see some marvelous and some terrible things happen, man. You see that? But the Lord, man, he does have mercy and he does have grace, man. But we just have to realize what kind of power we're serving, man. Right? This ain't no game. This ain't nothing to be played with. And that's why I wanted to bring this out, because we have to fear that power, man. We have to keep that fear of the Lord. We have to keep these commandments, man, and pray for mercy, man, right? Pray for grace, man. Pray that, you're not going to see that. You and your family aren't going to see that kind of destruction, man. Because that was a crazy scene, man. That looked like something out of a horror movie, man. The Lord ain't playing. He burning up whole cities and whole towns at one time. So we got to realize what power we're serving. You got something, King? Khan. So let me go ahead.
Khan, no, y'all had a quick precept.
Bring it out.
Just going into what you was talking about. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 9, verse 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Right? So that was just what you was going into, right? So it said the Lord is known by the judgment that he executed, right? Like in these last days, a lot of people don't believe in the Most High. That's why in Psalm it say the fool said in his heart that there is no God. So if there's no God, then who doing all this destruction?
Right.
Right? Who's setting all these cities and countries on fire? Right? Who causing all these hurricanes and all these earthquakes? Right? That don't make sense. Right.
Hey, go ahead. You had something else on that, King?
No, that was it on that.
So can you imagine, man, being an archaeologist, right? Can you imagine being an archaeologist and that video we were showing where they found all the when they found the results of the Passover, man, and all them babies, man, all them firstborn of Egypt, man, inside of graves, right? Inside of tombs, man. You're digging that up and you're finding all these bones of these small children, man. That's the Lord's power, man. That's what the Lord will do, man. Right? He made an example out of Egypt, right? And destroyed all their firstborn, man. This isn't a power to play with, Israel. I'm telling you, this thing's real deal Holyfield, man. It can get ugly, and we have to remember to fear the Lord. We got to remember to keep these commandments, right? Strive for perfection like the Hamashiach commanded us to, and just do the best we can, man, with keeping these commandments and repenting, man, when we transgress, right? Try to remember the times of old, man, like it says in Deuteronomy 32, man. Remember the times of old, man, so we can keep these commandments and we can remember, man, the wrath of the Lord, right? Can somebody get me Isaiah chapter 44, verse 24? And can somebody give me Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7, right? Because, man, that video wasn't nothing to play with, man, right? We're going to show a video later on going into Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Like, you still can go to Sodom and Gomorrah these days and find the balls of sulfur that's just laying around on the ground, bones just laying around on the ground where the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. He ain't playing, man, and he makes example out of these other nations, man, so we don't fall into transgression. You see that?
So like you said, 44 and
24.
Okay. I got it when you're ready.
Come on, bring it out.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse 24. Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb.
Right. So the Lord created us from the womb, man, right? From our beginning, man, the Lord knew us. Even before our beginning, the Lord knew us, right? Read on.
I am the Lord that maketh all things.
Right, and that's what I wanted to. That's why I brought this precept out. He said, "I am the Lord that maketh all things." Right. He has his hands in everything you see. He creates everything. You see that? Bring it. Keep reading.
That stretcheth forth the heavens alone. That spreadeth abroad the earth by myself.
You see that? So the Lord, man, right? With the Hamashiach Yahushua, right? With his son, man, the heavenly son, right? The Lord created everything you're seeing today, man, right? He gave the power to the Hamashiach, right? With the wisdom and everything you're seeing, man, the Lord created, man, right? This is the God we serve, man. The other nations, right? If you read the book of Baruch, chapter 6, right? If you read Bel and the Dragon, right? If you read Isaiah, the other nations, man, their gods are no gods. They have gods, but they're not gods. They're idols. They're things made by hand. The Lord that we serve, he created all things, man, right? He stretched forth the heavens. You see that? He created everything you see, right? Everything you can see and everything you can't see, right? So if you can, man, somebody give me Isaiah 45 and 7. All praise to the Most High.
God, I got you. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7.
Right.
I form the light and create darkness.
Right.
I make peace and create evil.
You see that? Right. I make peace and I create evil, man. Right. We think we're taught, man, that the Lord, right, he's just dealing with all good, right? You raised up in a church, you think the Lord just dealing with peace and Satan creates the evil. No, he says, I make peace and I create evil. right? Keep reading.
I, Yahweh, do all these things.
Yeah, man. This is the Lord we serve, man. This is the God we serve. I make peace and create evil, right? This is the power of the Most High, man. This is why we have to fear these commandments, man. I mean, this is why we have to fear the Lord and keep these commandments, right? And keep the faith of the Mashiach, man. Right? The power that we serve, man. He ain't nothing to be played with, man. Like we just bringing out precepts showing the God that we serve. We're meditating on the God that we serve, right? The strength of the God that we serve, right? The creator of all things, man. And he ain't to be taken lightly. So I want to tie that in to we have to fear the Lord, right? We're going into all the things the Lord can do, all his strengths, his powers, right? This is why we have to fear the Lord, man, right? He chose us, but we have to be careful, man, right? The Lord, right? You don't want to stir up his wrath, right? He's long suffering, right? He's patient with us. But the Lord, man, he's known to do some things, man, that just the scripture calls him terrible, man. Right? He's not to be played with, man. Can I get Proverbs chapter 30, verse 4? And let me get Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 17, Baba Kashal. Man. Lord, he's not playing, man, right? We're the chosen seed, right? But the Lord, man, he ain't to be played with, right? He can do some things, man, that are just plain and simple terrible, man. And they're not to be played with, and he can destroy this place, man, and anytime he wanted to. Proverbs 30 and 4.
I got it. It says, "Who have ascended up into heaven, or descended?"
Right. So the Lord's telling you all the things he can do, right? Through the prophet Solomon, right? The wise King Solomon. He's building up in the spirit. He's in the spirit teaching. He's saying, "Who have ascended into heaven and descended?" Who keep reading?
"Who have gathered the wind in his fist?"
You see that? So the Lord's telling you the things he can do. You see that? Read on.
"Who have bound the waters in a garment?"
Right.
"Who have established all the ends of the earth?"
You see that? The Lord's asking questions, but he's telling you inside the questions what his power is, what he's done, what his creations are. You see that? Keep reading.
"What is his name? And what is his son's name?"
Right. What is his name and what is his son's name? Keep going.
If thou canst tell.
You see that? So the Lord, he's asking you questions, man, but inside of the questions, he's telling you all the things he can do, man. He's showing you how marvelous he can be. You see that? Can somebody give me that Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 17?
Hey, Salatia, real quick. If you go and you analyze what that is and that scripture right there,
right,
that is a clean, cold cut to any doctrine of anybody saying that the Hamashiach, Yahushua, is operating and there's no father. Right? So just read that one more time.
Yeah, that was beautiful. You want me to read that? So it says,
yeah, just one more time. Yeah.
All praises. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 4. It says, "Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the winds in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name?"
Man, so that's a clear difference in understanding of two different creators doing different things right there. So it says, what is his name? And then what is his son's name? Not S-U-N, but S-O-N. And I'll just, y'all figure it out if you got a problem.
And that's beautiful, man. That's going into the if brothers want to go into the Most High, right? And they're only dealing with the Most High, man. It says in that scripture, what is his son's name? You see that? The Hamashiach, Yahushua, who the world calls Christ, man. He's talked about all through these scriptures, man, right? Every book, man, Old Testament, you can pull scriptures out and precepts to back up that the Hamashiach, right, the heavenly son, is all in the Old Testament, man. right? And the Lord's he's proven to you, man, his powers and his strength right there, right? He's asking.
Yeah, Salakia, not even just that, but it also shows that when they say the Son and the Father are the same, they're not. Because it says, what is his name and what is his son's name?
Exactly.
So there's a clear distinction in a difference. And I yield on that. But yeah, that's a powerful cut to that doctrine right there, bro.
That was powerful. When I read that, I knew that was strong, and I had to add that into that add this into the lesson, because the Lord, man, he has these sayings, these dark sayings, these parables, right? And he's shedding light onto it to the servants of the Most High, right? What's it saying? Amos, right? I give my secrets to the prophets. I'm paraphrasing here, of course, right? But he said, I shed my I teach my secrets to the prophets, right? We meditating on these scriptures, man, day in, day out, right? And I tell all my people, right, the children of Israel, right, let's get into this word, man, and build up on these scriptures, man. But can somebody give me Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 17, right? Because like the brother Yashawan was coming into, man, the Lord, man, in the scriptures, he's called terrible, man, several times. He's not a bunch of games, not a bunch of he's not to be played with, right? The Lord's called terrible in the scriptures.
I got you, King.
Come.
Hey, Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 17. For the Lord your God is God of gods.
You see that?
And Lord of lords.
Right.
A great God, a mighty God, and a terrible.
You see that? He's a terrible. You see that? Keep reading.
Which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward.
You see that? You can't bribe the Most High, man. Right? He don't have respect for persons. He don't regard no persons, right? The scripture says he's a mighty God. He's terrible. You see that? A great God. Lord of lords, God of gods. So we just meditating on, man, the God we serve, man, right? I started out talking about, fearing the Most High, why we need to fear the Most High. But now we're going into who do we serve, right? Who is this God that we fear? You see that? We're going into the flood. We're going into the things that he can do, his powers, right? And now the Lord, man, we're going into precepts where the Lord's telling you, man, what his abilities are, who he is, right? He's stating his claim. He's telling you right now, this is who I am. These are my actions, right? Can somebody give me the book of Psalms, chapter 65, or Salakia 66, verse 5, right? Because this is a mighty God we serve, man. We used to have a song in church called It's a Mighty God We Serve, right? What did it say? This is a mighty God we serve. Heaven and earth rejoicing, right? And what is it? The angels, they rejoice him, and heaven and earth, the angels bow to him, and heaven and earth rejoice him. You see that? So this is a mighty God that we serve, man. He's not to be played with.
Hey, guy, you only growing up in them old school churches to know something like that, my brother.
What a mighty God we serve.
What a mighty God we serve. I'm gonna stop right there.
See that? Hey, the Spirit, man. Like, yeah, man. What a mighty God we serve. Heaven and earth rejoice him, right? The angels bow before him, man. You see that? We put him in our hymns back in the day, man. Now you tell me we're not the children of Israel. You see that? We put them in our songs and our hymns.
Hey, Salaki, let me find out y'all was in the choir.
Tuesdays, man. Tuesday night, man. Hey, ask Gadite Gabar, man.
Hey, listen, had to be, man. You hear me?
I had the hard bottoms on, man.
Oh man.
Hey, Tuesday night, man. Right? Come. Say, hey, Salakia, somebody give me Psalm 66 and 5. Babu Kasha. Come. I'll read it right quick. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 66, verse 5, right? And it says, come and see the works.
I got you, King, right here. The book of Psalms, chapter 66, verse 5 says, come and see the works of the Most High. He is terrible,
right?
in his doing toward the children of men.
You see that? The Most High ain't playing, man. Right? We could keep going on precept for precept. He says he is terrible in his doing towards the children of men, man. He's terrible dealing with these other nations, man. He's not playing with them, right? He destroyed all kind of other nations, man. Right? Sent death angels on the world, killed the Pharaoh's firstborn. You see that? Flooded the earth, Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Hey, this is not a God we were to play with, man.
Hey, the angels were Salakia. The angels were vying on who's gonna be the lying angel. They were like, "Daddy, I got it." Nah, the other one was like, "Daddy, no, I got it."
Right. Hey, what's the scripture says, man? In Exodus 15, man, the Lord is a man of war, man. Right? Yeah, Yahweh is his name, man. Somebody, man, give me Psalms chapter 83, verse 18, man. Right? Because that's the God we serve, man. Now, what's his name, man? Right? What is the name of the Lord that we serve? You see that? In the book of Exodus, man, it says that the Lord is a man of war. You see that? Khan.
I got you right here. The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 18.
Right.
That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah,
right.
/ we know Yahweh,
right,
art the most high over all the earth.
You see that? So that's the God we serve, man, right? In the English, man, right? They break it down, right? They call him Jehovah, right? We're speaking so everybody can understand, right? But the Lord's name is Yahweh, right? He is, right? So that's the God we serve, man, right? We gotta know who we're serving here. You see that? What kind of power we're serving, man. All praise to the Most High, man. I got a few more. Try to get in right quick, man. Right? Somebody give me 1 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 23, right? Because these other nations, man, their gods are idols, right? And we're commanded not to serve idols. The God we serve, man, is the true God, the living God, right? Not some statue made out of gold, right? Not something made by man's hands. This is the power that we serve, and this is the power that we gotta fear.
You said 1 Chronicles 16 and 3?
23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
Con, I got it for you, King.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Psalms, Psalms. Where the hell do Psalms come from? 1 Chronicles 16 and 23. Sing unto the Lord, all the earth. Show forth from day to day his salvation.
Come on, keep reading.
Declare his glory among the heathen.
Right.
His marvelous works among all nations.
You see that? And that's what we do, man, right? We declaring the glory of the Lord, right, among these heathens, right? When we're out at camp, we're out teaching, right? We're telling the heathen, man, right? We're declaring the glory of the Lord, right? We're showing the marvelous works amongst all nations, man, right? We're showing these nations what the Most High can do, right? The power, man, when he strengthens up Israel and we get in that spirit, man, how strong we're going to be on that day, right? Read on. Verse 25.
Oh, Salaki, I put myself on mute. For great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised. He also is to be feared above all gods.
And there it is again, man, right? He's to be feared above all gods. The Lord's telling you, man, right? I'm to be feared above all these idols, man, right? Above all these idols that are in these other nations, right? All these other nations, they got gods, man, but they're not to be feared because they're not the true God. They're not the living God. They're idols, right? Spelled with a lowercase g. They're not the God of gods, the Lord of lords, right? They're not Yahweh. They didn't create heaven and earth, right? They didn't blow breath into man, right? They didn't create everything that you see, right? Yeah, the system, man. What a mighty God we serve. You see that? It was in our psalms and our hymns, right? But we read in the scriptures, man, what kind of God we serve, man. A mighty power, man, by the name of Yahweh. Keep reading, beloved.
God. For all the gods of the people are idols.
You see that? All these other nations, they have gods, but they are not the God. They are all idols, meaning that they are all made by the works of man, right? They're all something that man made up, right? They're not a living God. They're not the true God. You see that? Keep reading.
but Yahweh made the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
Glory and honor are in his presence.
Right.
Strength and gladness are in his place.
Right. And read 28, and that'll be it on that.
Con. Give unto Yahweh, ye kindreds of the people. Give unto the Lord glory and strength.
Right. Let me get the book of Isaiah chapter 46, verse 5. Right? Because these northern nations, man, right? They dealing with idols, man. We're dealing with something we actually gotta fear, right? A strong power, right? We're dealing with the Lord here. So we gotta fear him. We gotta keep these commandments. And we gotta know who we're serving, man. Right? These other nations, right? They make a god out of anything, man. Right? They make their god out of their belongings, right? They make a god out of their money, right? The white man, he has all kind of so-called white man. He has all kind of wickedness that he follows, right? All kind of abominable things he turns into gods. You see that? All kind of altars and all kind of groves and just pure nastiness and filthiness, right? But we serve and we worship the true living God. You see that? So we have to have fear in this power that we serve, right? We have to walk in these commandments, and we have to stay upright for the Most High. You see that? Keep reading. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 5.
It says, to whom will ye liken me and make me equal?
You see that? So the Lord, man, he's got a sense of humor. You see that? He's saying, whom will ye liken me to? Right? Who will you make me equal to? You see that? Keep reading.
And compare me that we may be like.
Right. So you're seeing the sense of humor of the Lord, man, right? He's saying it in just. He's like, whom will ye liken me to? Who you going to make me equal to? Who you going to compare me to, right? That we may be alike with each other, right? He's trashing he's trashing these idol gods, right? He's saying that none of them are like me. Keep reading, King, verse 6.
They lavish gold out of the bag and weigh silver in the balance.
Right.
And hire a goldsmith.
So the Lord, he's going into how they make other gods, right? He's saying what they make them out of, right? The instruments that they use, right? How did they make these false gods, right? Not the true living God. You see that?
And he maketh it a god. They fall down, yea, they worship.
You see that? You read all through the scriptures, man. Like I was saying, the book of Baruch, chapter 6, right? Bel and the dragon, right? The book of Daniel, right? These other gods, man, right? They make things that they can worship, right? I believe it was Bel and the dragon, man, right? Or the book of Daniel, that they were going out there and they were putting food in front of the altar or whatever, and then the priest was coming into a private door, man, grabbing the food. Had the king thinking that these things were actually real, man. You see that? Daniel's just laughing like, man, you don't see them footsteps, man? Come on, man, stop it. You know what I'm saying? This is all idol worship, right? We can't be like that, Israel. We got to fear the Most High God. We can't be having all these idols, these things made by hands, right? We can't be worshiping money, right? All kind of wickedness, right? All kind of wretchedness, things that are made by the hands of man. Keep going, King.
Hey, so Salakia, if you go into the book of Baruch, chapter 6, kind of what Shapar's going into, even Baruch 6, he goes into, just read that whole chapter. The Most High just putting like a diss track out on all the other guys. It's like hit him up, Yahweh style. Like he just like going in on all the other gods.
Hey, that was beautiful, man. The captain, man, he came in, man, right? Dropped the knowledge on you, man. He dropped some jewels on you, man, right? You can read Bel and the Dragon. You can read Isaiah 46, right? You can read Baruch 6. You can read Bel. You can read Daniel, right? He's telling you, man. He's telling you what these idols are like, man, and what these other nations are like, man, right? If you're an Israelite, you know that you're an Israelite, right? Or you're learning that you're Israelite, you should be happy, man, and be in some kind of joy, man, knowing that you serve the Most High living God, right? Right. And you know, something I was meditating on earlier, right? You can tell, right, that there's wicked vibrations, right? And there's wickedness in the earth because these same rituals that you read about in the scriptures, they're still going on. When you was a kid, you used to take cookies, right, and sit them outside near the tree, right? During Christmas, you used to take cookies and sit them out by your tree, right? And then you'll go into your bedroom, your parents come in and eat the cookies right quick. And then when you wake up, they're like, oh man, Santa Claus ate the cookies, man, right? You can read that in the scriptures, man. That's idol worship. That's things that they were teaching us as kids, man. And you know what? Your so-called Christian church, they follow these beliefs, right? They're over there baking the cookies, putting the plate by the Christmas tree. Got the kid going to sleep. He wakes up, the chocolate chip cookies are gone, right? He done drank the milk, had the milk's already brought down to the bottom, just left like a little bit of milk in there. You see that? That's how you can tell that there's wicked vibrations still going on, man.
Hey, Salakia, and what's crazy about that is the Christians that celebrate Christmas, they already know that so-called Santa Claus is not real.
Right.
And they're still teaching their kids that he is.
Going.
And it's like, but you say you're a Christian and you believe in God and Jesus and have faith. Do you think Jesus would be okay with you openly telling your kids to celebrate a holiday and a man that you know is not real? That's crazy.
That's putting them through the fire.
Hey,
they put more effort into baking those cookies than they do keeping the commandments.
It's crazy. Salakia, I yield.
Hey, that's a beautiful point there, because when I was talking to the so-called pastor the other day, and I was telling him about keeping the laws, right, and following the laws of the Most High, right? When he left off, I started thinking, I was like, I should have asked him, like, man, he's claiming to be a so-called Christian, right? Well, if we're not teaching the laws, right, aren't you celebrating Christmas? Isn't that idol worship? Didn't the priest just teach us that the other day with the dude that died from 700 Club, or I forgot what the dude's name was, but he said when they first created Christianity that they were still battling, wanting to worship their pagan gods. So they would take parts of paganism, they would take certain pagan beliefs, right? They were still dealing with Greek and Roman gods, and they would add it to the belief or the faith, right? They put it all in a box, they shook it up real good, and now you got that Catholic doctrine, right? You got the doctrine that's taught to our people to this day. You got a little bit of paganism sprinkled in, you got a little bit of this sprinkled in, right? And then they tell you, well, we believe in the faith of the Israelites, and it's all compiled on top of each other. And that's what modern day Christianity is like. That's not what Paul was teaching, right? That's not what Peter was pushing, right? The first real Christians, the first real followers of Christ, the disciples of the Mashiach, they weren't teaching that. They weren't teaching, you can believe in Apollo. Right. The sisters on it, starting the children out with lies. You see that? Indoctrinating our youth. You see that? Teaching our youth, man, to walk in the false ways. That way, by the time they're 12, 13, 14, 20, they're trying to hold on to the traditions of men, right? They're so caught up that when you say, hey, you got to take that tree down, or we're not supposed to be doing this and that, they're like, well, wait a minute, I've been doing it my whole life. Why am I going to veer off now just because you told me to? You can read them Jeremiah 10 all day.
Yeah, and Salakia, one more quick point. Forgive me, but
are you good? Bring it out.
The thing about it is, man, it just bothers me. The thing about it is, it's like you tell your kids that there's a Santa Claus, right? And then your kids grow up and they turn 16, and then they find out he's not real. So what happens is they find out that it's okay to lie.
Exactly.
Now it's okay to lie.
And that's a commandment. You see that? And it makes all sense,
it's
man.
Crazy.
It's coming round. It's perfectly round with it. It's coming back to full circle, because if we're teaching our kids lies and we're not teaching the commandments in the church, then you can back it up, right? You can say, well, I'm not teaching the commandments. I can go ahead and say little small lies, and I can kind of embellish on this and kind of do that. You see that? That's how you can tell it's a false doctrine, man, right? We just was reading earlier that the fear of the Lord, man, is going to give you good understanding, right? You're going to fear the Most High. You're like, man, I'm not lying to my kids. I'm not lying to this one, right? What David say, man? I meditate on thy precepts, man. I hate every false way, right? That's the book of Psalms, chapter 19, right? I believe verse 60, right? I meditate on thy precepts, right? So I hate every false way, right? David's in the spirit. He's telling you, man, right? All through that chapter, man, all through the Psalms, you see David in the spirit, man, teaching you, man, like, I'm meditating on these precepts, man. I'm fearing the Lord, right? Don't take your spirit away from me, the Most High. You see that? But I'm going to get a few more in, man, right? Because we're like, basically, man, you know, we went over the idols, man. We went over fearing the Most High, right? We went over these other nations, man, how they don't fear the Most High. They deal with these idols, right? We deal with the mightiness of the Lord and the Lord's capabilities, what he can do, right? But being that we're the chosen seed, we got to remember these commandments. We got to remember that we got to fear the Most High. We got to put the Most High first, right? We got to try to stay in that state of meditating on his precepts, right? Like we were going into just now with King David. Can somebody give me Romans chapter 11, verse 1, right? Because, man, the Lord's chosen still here, like the brother Shu was going into earlier this morning on that video, mighty video by the brother. He was saying that you still have that righteous remnant, man. You see that? You still got that righteous remnant out here, right? The Lord didn't do away with his people, right? You still got the commandment keepers out here. You see that? You still got the children of Jacob out here, right? And it's our job, man, to spread this gospel, spread this good news, the tidings. You see that? We're still sharing with our people, right? We're still trying to bring our people back into the Lord and get them out of that Gentile mind state, right? We're trying to spread the fear of the Lord, man. That's why we teach to fear the Lord, to keep these commandments, right? Have that faith in Hamashiach, right?
Salaki, can you say Romans
11 and 1?
I got it for you.
All praises.
Let me pull it up right here.
All praise to the Most High, man.
The book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people?
Right. So in Romans, man, Paul, he has a certain style to his teaching, right? That's how you know you're dealing with an Israelite. You're dealing with our people. That's how you can tell we're Israelites. He has a style to his teaching. He asks you a question, then he gives you an answer. He says, hath God cast away his people, right? Has the Lord cast away his people with all the things we went through, right? Our ups, our downs, the many captivities that we've been through, right? Has God cast away his people? You see that? He's asking you a question. Read on.
God forbid.
Right. The Lord, Paul says, God forbid, right? The Lord hasn't cast away his people. You see that? Keep reading.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right. And that's what we're out here teaching our people, man, right? These are fundamental teaching lessons that we teach our people, right? The Lord hasn't casted our people away, right? We all taught we come from different nations, but we're out here teaching our people that they're the children of the Israelites. We're the children of Jacob. We have to keep these commandments. We have to walk around in a holy vessel, man. We have to walk around in that spirit of the Mashiach, right? We have to walk around with that spirit of the Lord, man. Can you pull up Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, right? Because we got to fear the Most High, man. We got to walk in all his ways. He could have chose any nation in the world that he wanted to, man. You see that? But he chose us. He chose us to be his chosen seed line. He chose us to make the covenant with. You see that? We got the covenants. We got the promises, right? The law was given to our people. You see that? I'm building a case for why we have to fear the Most High, man, right? He chose you to be a special people. He chose you above all people. Read that, King.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So the Lord's talking to you. He's saying, you Israelites, y'all are a holy people unto the Yahweh thy power. You see that? Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right. So the Lord chose us, man, to be a special people. Right. We're the special seed line. We're the special bloodline. The covenant is with us, right? Through our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see that? Keep reading.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That's beautiful, man. Right? That's a precept that we use, right? Brothers teach that daily, right? It comes out all the time, but that's such a special precept, man. Right? That says a lot just in those few sentences, right? That we're the chosen people, right? We're to be a holy people, and we're chosen above all nations, right? And upon the face of the earth. So we definitely got to take this thing serious, and we got to definitely keep these commandments, right? And by keeping the commandments, we're fearing the Lord, right? By fearing the Lord, we're keeping the commandments. It can go both ways, right?
And Salakia, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
you know, our people are so beaten down and so worn out, right? That when you tell them anything positive, they automatically reject it, right? We're telling you that you are a special people, right? God loves you, right? And they just can't fathom, you know, the fact that they are chosen, right? They can't put themselves in that position of accepting the fact that someone actually loves you, right? It's like a very abusive relationship, right? Our people have been beaten down, right? It's like a dog that gets beaten down and he's scared to get touched, right? That's our people.
Hey, that's beautiful that you brought that up, because that's almost like something I was getting ready to go into, right? I was meditating on that earlier, that, you know, our people's been beaten down, man. Our people, and a lot of this was self-inflicted wounds, right? Our forefathers, right? They transgressed, right? They went off practicing certain idolatry and stuff like that. But now we're the remnant of those men, and our history. We look back in our history, man. We went through genocide. We went through multiple slaveries, right? More than we can count. We've been through 10, 12 different slaveries, different captivities in all different nations, right? So our people, man, you know, they're sometimes their state, their mind state is sometimes it's kind of hurt and damaged, man. So we're always on the defense with one another. We always feel kind of like defenseless and kind of built up, man, where we always want to kind of just bucket stuff, man. But we gotta keep these commandments, and we gotta remember who we are. We gotta keep that fear of the Lord, man. Right? We gotta know what we're dealing with, man. Right? When we've been hurt and beat up so bad, right? That like the brother said so beautifully, right? Somebody tells us we're a chosen people. We're like, wait a minute, man. This don't make sense, man. Right? We done went through all this stuff in history, and all these nations, they got nothing but bad things to say about us. They frown at us, they scoff at us, but we got to keep these commandments, and we got to remember to be a holy people, man. Right? Got to start this thing from the ground up, from the top.
Right. That's that Malachi 1.
All praises, man. In closing, yeah, man, we got to keep these commandments, and we got to have that fear of the Most High, man. We gotta be truthful and fear the Lord, right? We hit these highways and byways, right? We're dealing with certain things. We're dealing with temptations and things that's going on the earth. We got to keep these commandments, man. You know, we got to fear the Lord. Our sisters, man, you know, the daughters of Zion, you know what I mean? They're getting a house together. You know what I mean? They're taking care of the children, right? They're raising up the next kings and the next seed of Israel, man, to keep going on, right? So our sisters, they got to be strong. Salakia. Our sisters, they got to be strong in this thing, right? They got to take care of the house, take care of the husband. You know what I mean? Be that helpmeet, right? We gotta help the husband out, right? Be there at the house, taking care of the house, doing what they can, you know, to build up the nation, right? Our sisters gotta fear the Lord, keep these commandments, right? Our men that hit the highways and byways, right? If the Most High has put that on your spirit to do that, right? You gotta walk in this thing. You gotta keep these commandments. You gotta try to build up in the faith as much as you can, build up in the spirit as much as you can,
and live.
If the Lord has put men above you, right, and you got elders, right, you got elders, you got mighty men, right, that the Lord put above you. You got to think, man, that's the Lord's anointed right there, right? The Lord anointed these men to bring Israel together, right? The Lord didn't just choose everybody to be leaders out here and to deal with his people like that. You got men out here hitting the highways and byways. You got men coming up with these lessons, right? And these men, they got to walk in the commandments also. They got to keep that fear of the Lord, right? If you got brothers that's over top of you, right? You're learning in this faith, you're learning the truth, you know what I'm saying? You're walking in the spirit of the Lord. You know what I mean? You gotta honor your elders, man. You see that? You gotta give respect to your elders, right? We all gotta walk in this thing with that certain fear of the Lord, so we don't transgress, we don't go back to our old ways, end up going back into the world. You know what I'm saying? Just going on, man. There's two more precepts I want to bring out. Let me get Psalms chapter 2, verse 11, and let me get Psalms chapter 128, verse 1, right? Because we're building up a nation here, man. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? We got our people rising up. There's truth going out. You know what I mean? We got challenges and we got battles ahead of us, but we got to remember to, keep this thing holy and walk in the ways of the Lord. All praises.
I got the book of Psalms, chapter 2, and verse 8.
Verse 11.
I knew. I was just testing you. Serve Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling.
You see that? Whatever we do, man, whether you're a captain, right? You're an elder, you're a soldier, you know what I mean? You're not in the camp, right? You're daughters of Zion, right? Whatever your position is, right? You're raising up the family. You know what I mean? You're taking care of the household, building up the nation, man. We got to serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling, man. We got to remember to keep these commandments, man, right? The Lord chose us to do his work. The Lord chose us to rise this nation up, man. So that's something I wanted to go ahead and add to the lesson. And just talking to our brothers and sisters out here that's walking in this faith and walking in the ways of the commandments, right? And give me that Psalms chapter 128, verse 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 128, and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed is everyone that feareth Yahweh.
What did the Psalm say?
Blessed is everyone that feareth Yahweh.
What did the Lord say?
Blessed is everyone that feareth Yahweh.
You see that? You're blessed, man, if you fear the Lord, man. Right? You're blessed if you're out here keeping these commandments. You're blessed if you're an Israelite. The Lord chose you to be an Israelite. You see that? So blessed is everyone that feareth the Lord, man. Right? You're going to walk in his ways, walk in his commandments, man. And we know that the book of Psalms says that the law is perfect, right? So you're blessed if you fear the Lord. Keep going.
That walketh in his ways.
You see that? You're blessed is everyone that feareth the Lord and that walk in his ways, man. And that's all I got, man. That's a lesson for today, right? The sister asked, are we supposed to fear the Lord? And we went over many precepts, right, that brought out that we're supposed to fear the Lord, right? And fearing the Lord is keeping his commandments, man. Right? If you brothers got anything else y'all want to go into, you know what I mean? Our brothers can go ahead and bring it out right quick.
Hey, Salakia. So really quick, that Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Oh.
That's in the book of Deuteronomy, which is in the book of the Torah, the books of the Torah, the law.
Mm-hmm.
So to understand that is actually a law. And we've got to remember who we are and how to be holy and how to be separate.
That's a beautiful point by the brother right there. That's a beautiful point, King. Well, that's a beautiful point, man. Right? The everything that's wrote in that Torah, those first 5 books, man. Right? You can go ahead and put that down as concrete, man. That's law. That's Moses. That's the Lord giving his laws and his commandments to Moses, right? And he's giving them to you. So the brother made a great point, man. Right? You have to remember that you're a holy people. It's a law that the Lord made you a holy people. So you got to hold yourself up in holiness, right? Remember that you're the chosen seed, chosen people on the earth, and you're above all nations, man, right? And that's even more reason to fear the Lord, man. Right? Fear the Creator of heaven and earth. All praises. Beautiful point there, King.
Hey. So I guess now it's time for the next segment. All right, I'm gonna throw this in the
Hey, that was a beautiful lesson, Shapar. Good, beautiful way to bring it out through precepts, King. The water for that.
Hey, the water cat. Appreciate that, man. All praise to the Most High, the water. All praise to the Most High, the water Yahweh, the water Yahweh Shah.
All right, so we got a brother. His name. Did you want to go by Brother Emery or Ezekiel or?
You can just call me Emery.
Okay, cool. So we got Brother Emery. He wants to come up and he got a few things for us. He want to go over a few topics, and we'll let him have the floor. You know, we want to do everything decently and in order, right? So, you know, you got something to say, we're gonna keep it down, let you talk, right? And vice versa. We hope you keep that same energy. But welcome to the platform, right? We Yahweh's camp. I think your point of contention was about Esau not being the so-called white man.
Right. He's not like at one point. Yah stops. He starts using. He stops using parables at one point. He starts telling directly what's going on here. So I want to go to 2 Bible verses and then the Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
All right, what you want me to pull up?
This is Genesis chapter 28, verse 9.
All right, let me get it up on the screen for you. Okay, 28 verse 9.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then went Esau unto Ishmael, and took unto the wives which he had Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebaioth, to be his wife.
Right, and now I would like to go to Deuteronomy.
Hey, brother, hold on real quick. Salathia, before you jump that point right there, what is your point in reading that scripture?
My point is we gotta get Esau right, and this I know it's not popular to say that who Esau really is, because everybody just saying, oh, it's the white man, just generalizing it. But this goes far deeper than you think, brothers. I did intense study. I've been studying this for I want to say maybe 10 years.
Okay.
And it gets pretty straightforward. It goes way deeper than you think. Not only we know about Esau being the beast kingdom, that's gonna conquer the earth, right? And Satan wants us to think that it's white people because we won't see the real 666 coming. And the real 666 that's coming is going to come from Saudi Arabia. It's in the name of Allah. And if we
brother, real quick though, all right, I get all that. That's cool. I just want to know what is your point in using this scripture.
If we're too distracted, our people won't see where the real 666 is coming. So we're gonna be thinking, oh, Rome and they.
No, brother. I get this 666 thing.
Right.
I'm specifically asking you, why did you pull Genesis chapter 28 verse 9? And I knew you was going to go here. I knew you was going to go here before you did, but I want to know why you did this.
Because I should explain that. Well, it's because Esau obviously married Ishmael's daughter. Their descendants became the Saudi Arabians.
Okay. Do you realize with that scripture you're going to kill your whole doctrine? I just want to let you know.
We'll see.
Well, no, listen to me clearly though. Why I say that is because what your premise is that Esau is solely the Arabs, right?
Well, so no, not necessarily.
So go ahead. So because now what you're gonna see here is that this Esau mixed himself just like what you're saying Arabs are, right? So the etymology of that word Arab, they're just a mixed people, right?
Yeah, I know it's a mixed people.
Okay.
I know that cool. I know about the pure black Arabs.
All right.
I know about the white looking Arabs, that they were the result of Alexander the Great, leading the Greeks into that area and turning them white, right?
And all right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. All right, hey, look, the brother opened this up for you right here. All right, we're gonna based on what you just pulled right there, and based on what you put in the comment section as well, that Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 135, right?
Yes, page 135.
All right, brother, you on? Go ahead.
Okay, we on Zondervan Bible. Okay, let me just type this in right quick. Pull it up. Okay, we on Zondervan Bible Dictionary, page 135. Now, I think this is on. I think it's the second to the last paragraph.
Do you have it on your screen already? You want to put it up on the big screen?
How do I do that?
You hit the present button. It should be at the bottom.
Okay, present bottom.
And then share screen. Yeah, and then just share whatever tab it's on. It says present screen and then share screen. And then I guess either tab or window, whichever one you want to share.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
All right, adding it to the stream now.
Okay, gotcha. Here's my this is right here.
Is that your Zondervan Bible Compact Dictionary, brother?
Yeah, I have one in my in my house, but I just decided to make all my notes here. And
yeah, that's fine. That's your highlights right there on that page.
Yeah, yes, yes.
All right, cool. All right, let's go
so
with
we're on
that.
Zondervan Bible Dictionary, page 35. This is the second to the last paragraph right here. Y'all see
All right,
it?
you got it.
It says all these coupled with traditions and uses extant among the present Bedouin Arab tribes, led by Esau and Ishmael and their descendants into Arabia.
All right, stop right there. Stop right there, brother. Hold on, real quick. Stop right there, brother. Can you read that last sentence over for the people?
If you want, you could zoom in also, just to make it bigger.
Zoom in?
Yeah, right there on the view on the top left. Click on view. At the very top left of the screen, it says home and then view. Click view and then you could zoom in.
Oh.
Yeah, right up there. Where is it? Up top. Right. Yeah. Keep going to the left, to the left, to the left. Up. Right there where it says view. Up a little more. Yeah, right there. And then zoom in.
Okay.
Yeah, you can keep going more.
We just want you to see and the people to see what's being read here, right?
Okay,
yeah, that's it.
All right, brother.
Okay.
There you go. That's perfect.
Okay, so y'all see this?
Mm-hmm.
So by Esau
Mm-hmm.
and Ishmael and their descendants into Arabia.
All right, so you realize what you just read, right? It says Esau and Ishmael, right?
And their descendants.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Into Arabia, where the Arab continued them through the centuries, always with a feeling that it's decidedly wrong to change. So we got Esau. So Esau and Ishmael mixed, and they went into Arabia. Now I know about them mixing with Japheth, but the trick is they stayed right there on Mount Seir. Let's see.
What's the trick? Can you prove that Esau stayed at Mount Seir, brother?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you asked that.
Okay, good.
Oops. Hold on. Oops. Let me just go there.
Hey, while he gets that, somebody get Jeremiah 49:19.
Oh, let me just type this. Sorry, I need to be forgetting. I was unto. Okay, here we go. Y'all still seeing this, right?
Yep.
There's Deuteronomy 2:22. As he did to the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, when he destroyed the horn from before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead. Even unto this day. Emphasis on even unto this day. See there? Esau didn't go anywhere. And where is Seir located? It's not located. I heard somebody actually tell me this. Seir is located in the Caucasus Mountains. No, Seir is located nowhere near the Caucasus Mountains. Seir is right there
in Arabia, right? Okay,
there.
cool, no
Like,
problem.
common sense.
That's beautiful. All right, so now you see how that sounds though for the people. You're reading in Deuteronomy and you're telling where all of the people that have mixed over there in that peninsula, right, in the Arabian Peninsula, right? What you're telling the people is that Esau never left, right?
Right.
And even though he mixed himself in Genesis, the 28th chapter, right? What you just brought out, right? You really just cut yourself with that scripture, by the way. Well, you did, but it's okay.
I didn't. It's reading comprehension.
Well, brother, the reading comprehension will show that Esau, right, got with Ishmael and his daughters, and he mixed amongst them. That's what the context says.
That's Saudi, modern day Saudi Arabia.
But is that what the context says, brother?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool.
You got common sense. I mean,
cool. So if the
God is being straightforward, no parables, buddies. No parables,
brother, no, it's no parables. It's just plain.
Yeah,
if the context says that, and looking at what we see right here, huh, brother?
One city mentioned America nor Europe, even when he's destroying Edom. But strangely, he is mentioning cities that are in Arabia. Every time he talks about obliterating Edom, he names one city after another in Arabia. He names the sea, he names their mountains, he names everything. So it's obvious what God is telling us. Islam is the beast nation that will conquer this earth.
That who? Islam?
And why not? You know, they did enslave us and sell us to the white people. Why not? You know,
you're compiling two separate slave trades, and you're trying to make, huh?
Well, I know what the Bible says. It says
No, because you talked about the sub-Saharan slave trade just now, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. So if you believe that in the sub-Saharan slave trade, right? What'd you say, brother?
No, I'm sorry. I was just.
All right, cool. All right, so if you believe in the sub-Saharan slave trade, and that's fine, right? I want you to be clear with your statement. Right. Are you saying that the Arabs are the sole people that took?
The sole people. They were they had us in captivity first, and they sold us to Japheth. You know.
No. Listen. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, brother. I understand about Japheth, right, and all that. So what I'm trying to understand is what you're saying here. For the people, though, this is for the people, because you're saying, you're putting a blanketed statement, and you're saying that Esau is the Arabs, brother.
Yes.
You're blinking it. So listen, right? I can agree with you and definitely disagree with you based on Genesis, the 20th chapter. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I actually studied that history very well, so I know.
I did
that.
Too.
Okay, good. Okay, so brother, good. So what I'm telling you is this right here, that Esau, right? He mixed himself with the Arabs that you just read in Genesis, the 28th chapter.
Right.
Okay. Now what you have to do is prove the Idumean side of who Esau is, brother. Amalek. You have to then break down those different sections, because those are different tribes, brother. Yeah, those are different tribes. You do understand that, right?
Yeah, I know they're different.
All right, cool.
There are some Arabs and
Edom. How many sons did Esau have?
I mean, I don't know, but
well, you should know this if you're trying to prove your argument.
Well, I don't know everything, but I know enough.
Well, then you should have known he was. You should have known he was given. He was given just about the same as
the 666 beast kingdom that's gonna come from Arabia, like this. Y'all see this? Y'all see this, right? Warning to the Muslim Satan. When John first wrote out 666, what language did he write it in? Can y'all tell me? Y'all see the screen, right?
Go ahead, brother. I'll kill that. I'll kill you on this too, though. But go ahead.
Okay. But what language did he write in? Can y'all tell me?
Hey, listen.
You're trying to teach us, so why don't you tell us?
Okay. He wrote when John wrote out 666. He thought he was reading it in Greek, but in actuality, he was reading it in Arabic. Look, notice how the Greek number 666 looks exactly like in the name of Allah in Arabic. See, when we say 666, that's how Satan gets you. Okay, when we say 666, we're like, oh, RFID chip. Oh wow. 666. Oh, I got it on my receipt. Oh, I better throw that away. Oh, 666 in the movie, them lame Left Behind movies. There's this Satan just tricking us thinking who told you 666 was written the way English people write it? Well, what language did they write did John write 666? What is God trying to tell us? He's showing us exactly what the 666 looks like. And you know these Muslims are wearing this symbol right here. Y'all see? Can y'all see this screen? Y'all still see it, right? Y'all see this?
Hey, brother, you know you're all over the place right now. Before the world,
one
brother.
thing at a time.
I'm
right?
just hey, real talk though, real talk, right? All right, let's get some order here, all right? Because you came here with a premise statement, and you put it out boldly for the world to say that Esau is not the quote unquote white man that we see all up in. Do you live in America, by the way?
Yes, I live in America.
All right, cool. So
Yeah.
good. All right, no problem. So Esau is not the everyday white man that we see,
And we
right?
know that through the Palestine.
So listen, let me ask you this. Wait, based on that right there, are you saying Esau is not the white man at all?
Nope. Well,
Good.
well, hold up. It's like it's the white. It's Esau. Esau. This is who Esau directly is.
No. Listen, I don't need you to tell me who he directly is. Based on the information, because I could tell you've been up for a long time. So I'm gonna ask you real quick, brother. Based on all your information that you calculated, are you saying that Esau is solely the Arabs over in Saudi Arabia, brother? I need to know, yes or no.
Well, that's the main headquarters right there. That's where the beast's gonna be, right there.
Okay, that's where. So where's the? So that's where the beast is gonna be. So that's the main headquarters for Esau is Saudi Arabia.
Yes, sir. Because God, what territory is Mount Seir located in? It's located in Saudi Arabia.
Hey, brother, let me ask you a question. Whoever said, brother, let me ask you a question. Whoever said Mount Seir was so special, brother? Whoever said Mount Seir was so special?
I believe that would be Yah, right? He said he gave Mount Seir's possession to Esau. And he said,
but you're making it seem like it's such a great place.
Like it's such a what?
Like it's such a great place, brother.
Well, I mean, America whores itself after they oil. All the nations do what they tell the Saudis to do. They got all that oil. Have you seen the city of Dubai?
Yes.
You know about the Shinars and the those Illuminati clubs.
What about the oil though? What about the oil though? What about the oil?
Huh?
What about the oil?
Look what they do. I mean, they promote all the most of the the terrorist attacks. Real hardcore Islam. Attacks and coming from them, and yet America won't do anything about it. They come over there, they kiss their butt, and then while they be sending all these terrorists out over, they kiss their butt because of all that oil they have.
All right, cool.
Bow down to me like, oh yes.
Hey, brother, real quick, is this yours right? Is this your presentation right here?
Huh? Yes.
All right. So all right. So what we're gonna do? We'll let you break this down real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll go on to some scriptures. How about that?
Okay.
I got one quick question. I'm just curious because you said that the Arabians are doing all this this craziness and stuff and the bombings and all of that. But see, when you go to now, here's one thing that the Esau in here's one thing that the Esau in America, right, is doing that you say the Esau in the Arabian Peninsula is not doing, right? So we're gonna pull up a quick precept. I'm gonna let you present it again. Hold that thought. You remember how to present it, right? You remember on the bottom, hit present and stuff. We're gonna pull up Hebrews 12 real quick, and we're gonna go to verse 16. It says, "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Now, the so-called Edomites, like you say, who are over in the Arabian Peninsula, aren't doing the same profanity that the Esau is doing over here. But it says that Esau is a profane person, period. Right? So shouldn't they be doing all the child, the pedophilia? Shouldn't they be doing all the homosexuality? Shouldn't they be doing all this if they're supposed to be the profane of the world?
They don't show you anything. They be marrying those little kids over there. That's what Muhammad was all about. I mean,
well, Muhammad ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm talking about them as a people. Shouldn't they be doing the same stuff that the Esau over here is doing? But I'm asking you, shouldn't they be doing the same thing that the Esau over here is doing?
They're doing well. They're living by the sword. You say Esau shall live by the sword. They got
but now the Esau over here,
their flags got swords on them. And
I get that, and that's fantastic. But look, the Esau over here isn't scared of anything, right? So the Esau over there should also not be scared of anything because it's built into their DNA.
You see how crazy they blow themselves up. They don't care about nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we get that they crazy. I get it. They crazy.
Yeah,
brother,
they also take other places like they did in Dearborn, Michigan here. That's how
brother, real quick. You said the flags. You said the swords and the flags, right?
Yeah, and
they live by the sword. Wait, brother. We understand this the history behind the Arab.
I saw a video. They was like with their swords. They were dancing. They literally live with the sword.
All right, hey brother. Real quick, brother. Okay. All right. I gotta know, brother, real quick.
Okay.
Are you saying just because the Arabs have swords on their flag that they are ruling by brother, listen, you gotta brother, no, stop, brother, you gotta stop. You looking back, brother, listen, brother. We have people actually watching this right now.
I got you.
I don't know. All right, so you gotta chill out.
Gotcha.
Listen to the question I'm asking you, brother.
Gotcha.
All right. So are you saying because Esau, or what you say Esau, the Arabs, right? Because they have swords on their flag, are you saying that they are ruling?
It's not just that.
All right, but you gotta still let me finish what I'm asking.
Okay,
I don't know if you had too many. I don't know if you had too many Red Bulls or what, brother. Chill out.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, cool. Because the Arabs have swords on their flags, are you saying that they are the ones ruling by the sword? And is that literal, brother, to your understanding?
It's one of the things. I was using an example. It's one of them. But you got to admit, they do behead people for not worshiping their horror killing God. Sounds awfully like the Antichrist, don't it? Like, if you don't worship my horror killing God Allah, we're gonna cut your head off. And that's exactly what they said. Their Mahdi said to rule the world for 7 years. And ain't that straight? And they say the Antichrist gonna rule the world for 7 years. They're waiting on him.
Okay.
And here they are. Muhammad broke the world records of beheading people.
Okay.
And their whole religion is based off of denying the blood, of Yah buying them back.
All right, real quick though, brother. Hold on. All right, so we're gonna deal with this real quick because you said Esau never left the land, right? That they was given, right?
Well, I didn't say that.
No, you did, brother. It's on. Hey, brother, it's recorded, brother. You said Esau never left Mount Seir. That's what you said, brother.
No, I'm saying no, I didn't say that they look. Here we.
All right, now you cleaning it up, man. I gotta turn my lights on now. I gotta turn my lights back on, man. Now I need some light up in here, brother.
It said, I tell them Deuteronomy 2:20. I'm not saying this. The Bible said it. Deuteronomy 2:22. It said they dwelt in their stead, even unto this day. Emphasis on even unto this day.
What day is that? Hold on. What emphasis? With the brother? Wait. With the emphasis on it, brother. We gonna put the emphasis.
This day.
We gonna put the exclamations at the end of it too, brother. What time period is that?
You trying to say this isn't future prophecy? Like he destroyed them before? Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying is what time period is Deuteronomy, right? What are they speaking of in this prophecy?
It's talking about to this day, brother.
To this very day?
Yes.
All right, cool. Let me get Jeremiah 49, verse 19 through 20.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 19. It says, "Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the habitations of the strong."
So you understand it's talking about Nebuchadnezzar, right? Go ahead.
But I will suddenly make him run away from her, and who is a chosen man, that I may appoint over her. For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom.
Against who?
Against Edom.
So that's who we talking about, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
And his purposes, that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Timon.
Go ahead.
Wait. Not Europe.
Brother, relax, brother, because you just had that map up too, right? Go ahead. Yeah, I know, brother. Go ahead.
Against the inhabitants of Timon, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitations desolate with them.
He shall do what?
He shall make their habitations desolate with them.
What does it mean for your habitations to be?
I believe it's talking about when God destroys Babylon, the beast kingdom in the end.
So you saying
that is future prophecy.
Okay, cool. No problem, brother. Wait, brother. You're telling me what you feel, right? Okay, cool. Let me get Jeremiah 4, verse 7. Start at verse 6. All right. Are you telling me what you feel, right? Okay.
Basic reading reading comprehension. Y'all, I'm reading.
Exactly. We're gonna read it right here.
There's Mount Seir and the Caucasus Mountains.
Hey, brother, we gonna break it down right here. Just chill out. You hear me? All right, cool. Go ahead, read that.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "Set up the standard towards Zion."
Go ahead and listen, man. We the standard towards Zion right now, man. All right, stop playing. Go ahead.
"Retire, stay not. For I will bring evil from the north and a great destruction. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles."
So I just told you this was talking about Nebuchadnezzar right here in the physical. You understand? Forget about what your spiritual analogies is speaking of, right? In the physical, it's speaking about Nebuchadnezzar, brother. Read.
"The destroyer of the Gentile is on his way. He is gone forth from his place."
Go ahead.
"To make thy land desolate."
To do what?
"To make thy land desolate."
Go ahead.
"And thy city shall be laid waste."
And your city's gonna be laid waste if you are claiming, or loving the so-called Edomites as you know them, man. Let me ask you another question, brother. What is your relationship with the so-called European man?
I mean, I know that they're white supremacist cowards, and they punished our people for
Okay, so why do you think they had that spirit?
My brother is he's not even alive today because of this.
Okay, cool. So why do you think they were given that spirit?
Well, I think who was given the.
Why do you think the Caucasians that you just spoke of, the Europeans, was given that spirit, brother, to kill your brother?
Just because we disobeyed,
Because we disobeyed. All right. So listen. Now you're further going to kill your argument. Because now we disobey y'all, right? See, this is what I do, brother. All right. I make wise the simple very easy. All right. So now you're gonna be in the lion's den. All right, right here with the lion, right, that come up from the thicket, brother. All right, stop playing. So if you understand that Esau, right, at one point in time, he ruled in many different lands. Okay, they mixed with many different people, brother. Right, but yet what it is that you're having a hard time understanding is that those particular Arabians that hold the side of Esau, they're not the whole Arabian Peninsula. That's your problem.
I know, you got the tabernacles of Esau, it said, trying to think of that Bible verse where it said, it says
the tabernacles of Moab
Esau
and the
and the
tabernacles of
Ishmaelites.
Esau. I already know, bro. Yes, brother. Yeah, go ahead.
And notice that the reason it says that because
Uh-huh.
he married Ishmael's daughter.
Oh,
And you
okay.
got every one of those nations.
I agree with you.
Is Muslim.
Yeah, okay.
Every one of those nations is Muslim. That's
Okay.
the kingdom.
Hey, listen, let me tell you the difference here, what you're dealing with right now. I studied that history, so there's no problem here.
Yeah.
Okay. The difference is that I know who Esau mixed in on the Arabian side, and I also know who he mixed in on the Greek and the Roman side as well, sir.
Yeah, me too, sir. But
all right, so then listen, no, you just cut your. You see what you did just now? You don't even realize you just cut yourself again. No, don't be sorry. No, listen, you did because you said you know that history of Esau mixing himself, right? What you just said with the Greeks and the Romans. You just said that, right?
That's why the Arabs look the way they do today.
Brother, you finished. You don't even realize you finished. No, you don't. You don't even realize how fast I just killed you, brother.
Really? So
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna pull out my nuclear bomb on
So
y'all.
pull out your nuclear bomb right now. You got a couple
You ready
minutes.
for the
Go ahead.
nuclear bomb?
Yes, please.
Okay. You're on your Blue Letter Bible dictionary. I said dictionary. Blueberry Letter website.
I already know what you're trying to go do, brother. You're trying to go show that Esau is the progenitor of the Arabs, right?
Well, yeah, you know it. Oh, you got
Oh, okay. Well, well, listen, brother. You're still gonna come up short there, brother. I'm
Hey,
just
but
gonna let you
look,
know.
hey, Salakia, if I may, but now you're gonna have a problem because here is Esau, right? And just to prove it up, right? Esau, right? You want to hear it too? We'll hear it too.
Strong's H 6215.
Go to the part where everybody
Esav.
says Esau.
And it's right here.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you
The
for
progenitor
showing.
Arab people.
Progenitor
Okay,
of the
cool.
Arab
All right,
people.
now hold on now. But now we also have Ishmael here, and his says the progenitor of the Arabian people.
Yeah, because Esau
So
married
which one is
Esau.
it? But it can't be both.
You are
See,
what your
because
father is,
hold on, because it goes by the line of your fathers.
Right.
Right?
So now
you can't have both fathers. You
There
can't sword play in here.
That's
it don't
right.
work.
Esau married Ishmael's daughter.
Sword play don't work. You can't produce offspring
I know
from
what
sword
y'all
play.
in Bible dictionary.
Hey, listen. You just killed yourself again. Listen, you just killed
got
yourself again.
decapitated twice.
Hey, look, go back to Genesis. Go, brother.
People because Esau married
Hey,
Ishmael's daughter.
brother, go back to Genesis 28 and 10. You killed yourself, brother.
How do I kill myself? Deuteronomy 2:22.
Because you did. Because you. Yeah, you.
Mount Seir. Can y'all, anybody out there listening?
Hold on.
Type it in Google Images. It says when you type in Edom, like Mount Seir, it'll show up
Verse 8 and 9.
territory.
Mahad. Verse 8 and 9. Can we read this, brother? Can you listen? All right, thank you, brother. All right, verse 8 and 9.
It says, and Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan please not Isaac his father.
Oh man, go ahead. Hey, yeah, you love this, right? You eating this, you like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah, I know about Canaan.
Contextualizing scripture is main key, right? Reading is comprehension. That's what you said earlier, right?
I like that part.
No, brother. Wait, you said reading is comprehension earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
There ain't in no Caucasus Mountains. I know that.
Hey, listen, I don't care about none of that, brother.
Of course you don't.
No, listen, because listen, brother, it's a people before any place. Do you understand that?
Right.
All right, cool. Go ahead.
Then went Esau unto Ishmael and took unto the wives which he had Mahalath.
All right, so stop right there, right? So listen, hold on, wait, brother. This is how we do here. You're at Yahweh's camp right now, okay? You ain't nobody else's camp. You're Yahweh's camp right now, okay, brother? So it says, you said the who? The Pharisees?
Yeah, Pharisee camps.
Wow, disrespectful.
Hey.
But anyway,
and you disrespectful too.
Yeah, you disrespectful.
And you support, man. I hope you prayed.
I did. I prayed before
you came here. If you didn't pray, I can mute it so you can go pray in the corner real quick.
A quick question, Salaki. Hey, Emery, are you married, brother?
No, I'm not married.
Okay, are you involved with a woman?
No.
Okay, were you before?
Yeah, well, used to in high school.
Okay, well, is there a preference? Are you sticking up for somebody right now?
And I just want to. I'm thinking for my.
I think he got a crush on a white woman. That's what I think.
All right, it's cool. Hey, let's keep this on scriptures and professional, okay? Hey, listen, brother Emery, chill out.
Okay.
All right, Genesis 28:9, because we got Romello in here as well, right?
I gotta calm down.
So we're gonna add Romello as well. No, chill out, Emery. All right. Ezekiel, you Ezekiel? All right, cool, Ezekiel.
Oh,
all right,
no, you call me Emery.
Yeah, all right, cool, whatever. All right, so verse 9 right here says that then went Esau and the brother, right? You went and you pulled up your definition from the blue letter. My brother matched it with Ishmael as well, right? Okay, cool. So it says, then went Esau unto Ishmael.
Right.
That's two different people, right?
Right.
Huh? Two?
Yes, two different people.
All right, cool.
Like I was saying, not all of them.
No, brother. Wait, brother. You gotta wait for the kill shot.
Gotcha. Kill shot.
Yeah. We killers over there. Hold on. All right. So it says in Esau, right? Then went Esau unto Ishmael and took the wives, right?
Right.
Okay. So if Esau went and unto Ishmael took those wives, right? What is that telling you based on those definitions that they're two different people? Hold on, wait, brother. They're two different people, right? And Esau had his own lineage and Ishmael had his own lineage.
Some Arabs are Esau, some are not, some are Ishmael, but they did mix.
Brother, that ain't the. You said Esau. I specifically. Do y'all remember? We have how many people here? I asked you specifically, brother. Are you saying that Esau is solely the Saudi Arabians? You said yes, but you did admit that they were mixed because you know I was going to corner you.
All right. What?
All right, cool. Go ahead. But go ahead.
Well, you got Esau. Well, of course, you have Esau, mixed with Ishmael. But how come y'all keep ignoring Deuteronomy 2:22?
Bring it out.
You don't have the proper understanding of Deuteronomy 2:22.
We're not going to ignore nothing. Bring it out.
It's reading comprehension.
Well, bring it out then. Bring it out for us. Read it for us and
I'll read it again.
Go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead.
I'll read it.
All right, Emery.
Can y'all switch it to my
Yeah. Please switch. Let him get the floor. And Emery, we're going to give you how much time we here? We're gonna give you about what y'all say, 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, that'd be great. I like
Salakia, I got a question before he leaves. But go ahead.
You
Emery.
said what, Ron?
Yeah, I said for Emery before he leaves.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, okay, present. I go to present, then go to I just hold up. I can just sorry, y'all. I'm not used to using this.
It's all right, brother. Take your time, brother.
Real quick, brother Emery, I got a question, real quick. Are you saying in Deuteronomy 2:22, you said, I'm gonna just read it. As he did to the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, when he destroyed the Horims from before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead even unto this day.
Unto this day means to this day, brother.
To 2023, is that what you're saying?
Yep. So
when was this written?
Hey, Salakia, my bad. Esau, I'm messing with my internet connection now.
No, you good. So
you mean Ashkenazi Japheth?
No, that's not what I'm asking. So when it says even unto this day, you're saying that this was written 2023. What do you?
I mean that's future prophecy. Like they studied right there.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not a future prophecy. This
is a future prophecy.
No. Here's what. Emery, real quick. when it
That's
says
what it means. Like he, they didn't.
Emery, real quick, let me just tell you what it means.
Mhm.
When it says even until this day, it's saying when Moses and the scribes were writing this information down, the Edomites were in that land when they recorded this information. It's
I
not
believe it. I mean, I believe it means until this day.
hold on. It's not saying this is going to happen. It's saying this is what's going on even until this day when they recorded the information. It's like anything else when you record something and it's called a footprint, right? Even until this day. That's what it's saying. Like we've noticed that they're in that land even until the day that they recorded this information. It's not saying they will be. It's not a future prophecy. Nothing in this is a future prophecy. I think that's where you're confused at.
He said he gave them at the Mount Seir as a possession, right? And he said they remain there in their stead even unto this day. That's
right. Even
but who are you to say that's not what it means, though?
Even when the day when we wrote this down, it's not saying
that's not what it means, brother.
In the latter, because here's the difference. Emery, here's the difference. When it's a future prophecy, it'll say something like in the day of the Lord or the day of the Lord. It'll say something like that. You know, it'll be a future prophecy. And in that day, it'll say something like that. But when it says even until this day, even when you go into the books of Joshua, it says things like that. That's when the account was written down and recorded. That's what it's saying.
I don't believe that at all. I know that's not true.
Salaki, let me say what he trying to say is when Moses recorded that, you got to understand Esau and Jacob was before Moses. That was before Moses was born. So Moses was writing down events that happened before his time. So when he recorded that, what the brother trying to let you know is that he said even until this day, because Moses lived during a different time than Esau. Do you understand that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, brother, how you not understand?
He helped you out.
Now, real quick,
brother, how do you not understand that?
Now, real quick, exactly right. Because even when you want to say it's a future prophecy, verse 23, the very next verse, it says, "And the Adams which dwelt, past tense, which dwelt in Hazarim, even unto Asa, the Caphtors which came forth out of Captor, destroyed them." Destroyed, past tense, destroyed them, and dwelt in their stead. This is all events that already happened. It's not a future prophecy, brother. That's what we're saying.
Hey, didn't he say context clues?
Isaiah proves that it's a future prophecy.
Brother, if you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you.
Y'all may need one, like I guess maybe a few cities when God is. I mean, when Yah is obliterating. When he's obliterating Edom, right?
Hey, what's his name? Why you keep calling him Yah? What's his name?
In America and or Europe, that's getting destroyed when he's unleashing his full wrath. But I can tell you this: when he said he's going to destroy T-Man, and those that be damned shall fall by the sword.
Right.
Where's T-Man and D-Dan? Everybody watching, go to Google Images. Where's T-Man and D-Dan located?
It's in Mesopotamia area, brother. I don't need to Google nothing.
Where's T-Man and D-Dan located?
I just told you, brother.
Where's any of the European nations located?
Emery,
You say Esau's the white man, but not one city, city in America
Emery,
or Europe is mentioned when Yah is
Emery, I got it.
Hey, pause,
Emery, you got
Emery,
2 seconds, and I'm gonna mute your ass.
Emery,
hey, have some decorum, damn it.
Emery, listen. You came on. I got to ask you a question. So, do you understand when I think Yeshua was saying the same thing? When you identify a land, you also identify the people. So we would be Israelites, even though we're not in the land of Israel, but we still call ourselves Israel. So even when it gives you land,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but have y'all already given me 10 minutes to start, or is you're counting this as it?
Man,
what
brother.
the hell?
10 minutes.
I think this is an official debate.
Hey, brother, we gave you damn 10 minutes like damn 40 minutes ago.
Sorry, I'm not used to debating, y'all.
This ain't a debate, brother. This ain't a debate, brother.
We just trying to have a conversation with you. We're trying to get where you at. Here's the question that I want to know, and here's the question that I'm sure everybody else want to know. What is your purpose? What is the reason that you want this information out?
False doctrine going around that Esau the white man, because if y'all think that, then y'all ain't gonna see that in the name of Allah, the 666 that Satan gonna put on your body, and you're gonna end up going to hell for all eternity.
Oh man, hey,
that's crazy.
I got a question. Hey, I got.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, Cap. Go ahead.
Okay, Emery, who are the people in Israel right now? What is their nation? What nationality?
Yeah, Ashkenazi, the sons of Japhet.
So they're not Edomites, right?
Nope.
Okay.
No way does it say that Ashkenaz are Greeks descended from Esau.
That's fine. Okay, so
Magog don't come from Esau either.
Okay, but I got a question. So let's go to Ezekiel 36, and let's get verse 4, and then I want to get verse 5.
No way they deleted that.
And I want you to show me, like, who occupies Israel today? You said we're Japhites.
The Gentiles occupy Israel, the Ashkenaz.
No, you said, hold on, you said Japhites.
Right.
Okay,
the master that dwells in Ashdod.
Okay, you said they're not.
What was that? Type that in.
You want me to bring out this precept?
Let me see.
Come on, let's get. I just want to get some clarity. Okay. Let's get Ezekiel 36 and 4.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 4. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord God. Thus saith the Lord God to the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about.
Okay, so read verse 5.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey.
Now, here's my question, because if you go further, we understand that this is going into what you would say Israel going back into the land, the real Israelites, and getting that land back. So really, this is a future prophecy, right? And it says in this future prophecy that the Edomites will be in the land of Israel today. So we know through the Balfour Declaration that who you claim to be Ashkenazi, Japhetic.
I don't claim it. The Bible says that.
Hold on. Let me finish my question. So if the Japhites are in the land, why is this prophecy saying in the end times that the Edomites will be in the land?
Edomites are. Well, I did study on some Idumea. I got some links here, but.
Well, you know, Idumea is Esau.
I remember I got into a huge debate with these Ashkenazi Jews over there. They were my worst trolls, and there was this one brother, like he was just like swearing, like we were just going back and forth. So it was all three of us battling, right? And he brought up like what's his King?
Hold on.
King Herod. King Herod, right? King Herod.
But that's the deal, though. So this is going into the end times, way after King Herod, right? Way after Agrippa, all the Edomites. It says in the end times, basically, that the Edomites will occupy the land of Israel.
No Bible verse says the Edomites going to occupy Israel.
It just said Idumea.
Listen,
Idumea. You know, when like I was trying to get to my point right there. Like I said,
are Idumeans Edomites, or are they Japhites?
King Herod. King Herod ruled over.
Don't do that, brother. Don't do that to yourself, brother.
Strong's
Listen,
H123.
Listen,
And he got,
Edom.
he was granted
Edom.
Roman citizenship,
he
right?
was a governor of
He
Israel
was
of
granted
Judea.
Roman citizenship, right?
He was a governor of Judea, but
Right,
this
right.
is talking about the land of Israel.
Yes, at that moment, yes, right. That's what it's talking about, right at that moment. But I went to multiple sources, right, and then I discovered that that King Herod was an Arab.
King Herod was an Idumean.
King Herod was
That's why he
King
was
Herod was an
granted
Edom.
Roman citizenship. Why would he need to be granted Roman citizenship when he's already
because Rome is a citizenship. Rome is not a nation.
he was. So King Herod himself wasn't Roman.
Emory, Rome, all of Rome is like America. It's a
Rome,
citizenship.
that was when Rome controlled that land right there. And that's why
Everybody needed Roman citizenship. Rome is a citizen. Rome is a
King Herod was not King Herod was
an Idumean.
not a Roman.
He was was Paul a Roman?
Emery, I'm about to mute you in a second. Have some decorum.
Paul was a Roman, but he was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. So just like you can be an Israelite and a Roman citizen, you can be an Edomite and a Roman citizen. It's like saying a Caucasian American, a Black American. The citizenship is Rome. The nation is Edom. He was an Edomite and a Roman citizen.
At that moment where Rome controlled Israel, though.
No, Rome. No. What I'm saying is, but King Herod only had Judea. He didn't have Israel. And then even if we play your game, even if we want to go that route, this verse that you haven't dealt with is talking about the end times, way after.
No, it's not talking about the end times right there.
Okay, cool. So look at verse. Okay, so let's jump down to verse number 8. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel. When have the Israelites been back in the land? We haven't been back in the land, right?
You saying when did the Israelites go back into the land?
The real Israelites, yes.
He gonna say they're already there.
But they're Japhites. So either they're Japhites in the land or the Idumeans are in the land.
It's not
chosen to be Israelites.
You can't be an Ashkenazi Jew.
He
You
is,
can't be
because
from
it
both
says about
Japheth
Zechariah
and from
9:6
Shem.
says-
It don't make no damn sense.
It does make sense.
It doesn't make no sense. You can either be from one or the other. You can't have it both ways.
Well, that's what I'm saying to y'all. You got Zechariah 9:6 here. It says,
Hold on, Emory. You have to deal with this. You want to go to Zechariah 9, but you just disrespected Ezekiel 36. Who are the Idumeans in the land when the Israelites get the land back? You can't say it's the Arab because the Arab don't have control over that land of Israel or Jerusalem.
Japheth does.
Right. So then why does it say Idumeans and not Japhites?
Well, that's. Well, I'm getting kind of clogged up here. Okay.
Hey,
you clogged. Listen, you clogged up, and you.
No. I just
you
kind
finished,
of running
brother.
together. I'm trying to focus. So I'm gonna get to
No,
Zechariah
you
9
finished.
so bad right here.
See, what it is you doing too much talking, right?
Yeah,
Slow
right.
down. Slow your ass down for just 5 minutes. Slow down. You don't have to do all
Hey,
that
send
talking.
Romello a message. See if he's ready as well.
Can I do my 10 minutes or what are we doing?
Hey, brother. I think he just asked you a question. You just.
What did you say?
See, you're doing all that talking. You're not hearing anything that's coming out. Hey, it says, keep thy foot when you come to the house of God. You're in front of the house of God, right? When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am. He's on here. He's chilling on the side with some popcorn.
And getting more scriptures to cut your ass up with.
Well, yeah. See, talking about being disrespectful. What about that? You know, like
who's being disrespectful?
Like this is.
We just giving you the same energy that you giving us.
Hey, look, I'm just keeping it real, brother. Excuse my French. Parlez-vous français?
Okay. Okay. Like, can I? Okay, I'm finna do this here. This is Zechariah 9:6 here. Y'all ready?
Brother, Romain, not Romel. Emery, are you going to address Ezekiel 36?
Oh, okay. Ezekiel 36. What it say?
I'm going to read it again. It says, therefore, this is verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land, the land of Israel, into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for prey. Who are these Idumeans that occupy the land of Israel, if they're Japhites?
It's okay to say you don't know.
Yeah.
That's called humble.
Yeah, but yeah, I know that Idumean, they controlled the territory of at that time. You know, you had the Romans; they was controlling Idumean.
But
They
this
had
is
King
future
Herod.
prophecy right here.
But King Herod was an Arab, right?
He was an
Ezekiel.
Idumean.
Yeah, but this is not even during the time of Rome. This is Ezekiel prophesying on the land of Israel for the end times. This is way after.
No, that's not the end times.
Okay, that's what
Come
I'm.
on,
So
bro.
if you read on again, brother Emery, if you read on,
Israel was conquered before, like a lot. That wasn't the end times.
but this is a look. It says verse 8. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. Meaning the Israelites are going to come back into the land,
right.
And the land is going to bud the blossoms and the fruits and all the beautiful the pleasant things that Israel once had. Right? It says, for behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown, meaning that land will be replenished again when the Israelites come back into the land. So right now, when you go into the land of Israel, it's desolate because there's the heathen are in there occupying the land. It's not yielding its fruit.
Yeah,
Israelites come back to the land.
Occupying the land.
Yeah, the Edomite.
They openly call themselves. They openly call themselves Ashkenazi Jew, right? Right.
You said, why are they calling themselves?
Ashkenazi, right? The Ashkenaz. Who does Ashkenaz descend from? The Bible says Ashkenazis descend from Japheth.
We can explain that.
You can't be a Jew if you're from Japheth.
Yeah, right. They're from. They're imposters. You must come through the bloodline of Shem.
Exactly. So if they come from the bloodline of Japheth, then they're not Shem. You can't come from both. There was only 8 people that were alive.
They're imposters. They're imposters.
No shit.
Right.
That's what we're trying to tell you.
Hey, put him on a big screen, man. Just blow his ass up real quick.
It's like this, okay? We got Zechariah 9.
Oh, hello.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
See that?
I'm not used to this. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go back to this.
No, put him back on the big screen. He got stuck. He was finished.
So,
Emery, what do you identify as? Are you an Israelite?
Yeah. I identify ethnically as Hebrew, but I'm also saved. Been saved since I was 12.
You already
saved. That don't make sense either.
Wow.
Here we go.
Hey,
this is it.
He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. We're not at the end. You can't be saved.
I can use it like he told
and now it makes sense why you have so many bugged out doctrines.
Unless
You're
you be
Christian.
born, you shall not see the kingdom.
You got a lot of gaming chairs too, by the way. I think you got too much going on.
So I go to present, and then hit share screen.
You say you're gonna share screen?
Okay. Y'all see this, right?
Oh man.
Okay. This is Revelation 13:15.
Go ahead, brother. You got it. You got the floor for about
2
What
minutes.
y'all want to give him? 2 minutes?
Yeah, we pushing on 3 hours. So
All right, cool. All right, brother. You got. We'll give you a good 5 minutes to make your point, brother, and we're gonna move on. All right. And if you want to future anything, we'll do it.
Okay. Okay, we have Revelation 13:15 here. It says that the beast that speaks, that whoever bows down to it and takes the mark in the lake of fire, will burn forever, right? Then we have the Quran here. This is the unholy Quran here. This from Surah 9. It's the only
Hold on, wait. Before you read, do you believe in the Quran?
No.
All right, so why are you reading it?
Because God is showing that this is warning us that this is the beast nation that will.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. So this is your stance right here, right?
Right. This is Quran.
All right, go ahead.
See how this Bible verse lines up with the Quran right here. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
God ain't in the Quran.
Quran Surah 9 verse 82. We read, and when the word shall come to pass against them, we shall bring forth for them a beast out of the earth who will speak to them, because people did not believe in our Yah. So you got right here, it says a beast gonna come out the earth and speak.
You said the people didn't believe in who?
Huh?
You say that one more time. The people didn't believe in who?
In our Yah.
Okay.
And a lot of Muslims believe that the beast that's gonna come out the earth and speak is good.
Mm-hmm.
But we know what the Bible says about the beast. The beast gonna come out the earth and speak.
Okay, so listen, is this literal right here?
Hmm?
Is this literal what the Quran is saying?
Like, yes.
All right, cool.
Because
No, I just want to be. I just want to be clear, brother.
Right? And they're gonna say, "Wow, a talking animal, right?"
Yeah,
and
go ahead,
gonna
brother.
start bowing down and worshiping the beast. The Muslims believe the beast that comes out the earth is good. Okay, and I want to go ahead and make my point on the Palestine prophecy right quick.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. All right. Okay, we have Zechariah 9:6 here. It says, "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod."
So when you read that, you speaking of Teman and Zidon? Is that what you're
No,
reading?
Ashdod is located in Israel.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure what your understanding is.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. This is Zechariah 9:6. It says, "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod." That's a city in modern day Israel. And I will cut off the pride of the Philistines, right? And I went to 10 different sources, right? And all Palestine mean is land of the Philistines, right? So then we go to Genesis. Hold up. Let me go.
Take your time, brother. You got 10 minutes.
Okay, gotcha.
More like 7 now. Well, go ahead.
Okay, here we are. So I found out that the word, enlarge is actually patah in Hebrew, and it actually means to deceive. And it says, "God shall patah," which means deceive Japheth, and he shall what? He shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. That lines directly up with, "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod." Is that not happening right now? Aren't the Ashkenazis over there? They're humiliating the Palestinians.
Hey, quick question: where'd you get that translation from? Because the KJV doesn't say that.
I went to the official Bible websites. They said that patah doesn't mean deceive. Y'all want me to take y'all to those links?
I mean, I don't think we have enough time, but the KJV, if you want me to bring it up, it says something different. It says
I know
God,
it says enlarge, right?
It says God shall enlarge. What does that mean?
It really does mean patah in Hebrew. It means to deceive. So it says.
Does it always mean to deceive?
Huh?
Does it always mean to deceive? Because the Hebrew words, they mean many things. Like earlier, I brought out the word fear, but it also means to reverence, to respect, right? And to what's the other one? Salakia.
It means
it means multiple things.
Make silly.
It all depends on the context.
To persuade. It means to persuade. Okay.
Go ahead, brother. Let me break it down,
okay,
brother. You
okay,
got about
okay.
5 minutes, brother.
Okay, fine. Okay, notice now how like right here it says, and this lines up with it too. So you have, like I said, it said God shall patah Japheth, which means the seed, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be a servant. When it says Japheth, we know it's talking about the Ashkenaz right there, and we know who's dwelling. It sure ain't us. We're not dwelling in our tent. We're not dwelling in the in our land in Shem, which is the so-called Negro. But you have Canaan. Those are the Palestinians that are over there right now. And then when you add that to Zechariah 9:6, you got, Yah calling the people that are dwelling over there bastards. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I'll cut off the pride of the Philistines. Now, we got to ask, is that going on today? Aren't they getting humiliated by the bastard that dwells in Ashdod? That Palestine prophecy is happening today.
It's a portion of that happening. I can agree with that. Go ahead.
And then we have Amos 1:8 that says, and I will cut off the inhabitant from Ashdod. That's another city in modern day Israel. And him that holdeth the scepter, that means rulership. And Ashkelon. Ashkelon is another city that's in modern day Israel. And I will turn my hand against Ekron, and a remnant of the Philistines, that's the Palestine, means land of the Palestine. Palestine means land of the Philistines, right? Shall perish, saith the Lord. So they're both going to be destroyed because both of them don't belong in that land at all. And of course, whenever Yah is talking about destroying Edom, he always mentions cities that are in Arabia. Like he actually calls Arabia up to their face, like. He's not using any parables. That's why it says the burden against Arabia. Isaiah chapter 21, verse 13. The burden against Dumah. All the glory of Kedar will fail. All these cities are located in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe.
So you're speaking. Listen, brother Emery. Do you know what you're speaking of, though? No, I'm asking. Hey, who's typing right now? You're on live.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So real quick, brother.
It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwells in the land of Uz. Uz is located in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe.
All right. So listen, I have a question for you, brother. I have a question for you, real quick. So based on all of this work right here, I can tell you did a lot of work, right? You got the Mecca, you got all that right there, right?
You see land of Uz right here?
You said what?
Where's that located? Right there's the map in Arabia.
All right, that's fine. That's the city, right? Okay, cool. So even with all that, right? Let's just say everything you said was right.
It is right,
brother. Let's just say all that's right.
Okay.
All right, cool. So in judgments, right, in the prophecies that must come to pass, when you look at all of what you just said, and I agree, those cities must be destroyed, right? Because those are factions of who? Well, we've already read that there's a distinction and a difference between who? Esau and Ishmael.
But
the premise
Esau married Ishmael's daughter.
doesn't matter. The progenitor,
doesn't matter.
brother, listen, you obviously don't know lineage.
No, like I showed you what.
Okay, so did the women listen, brother? Hold on, chill out. Did the women decide who would be the tributaries of those people? The women. Do the women decide who are going to reign the land, brother?
What?
The women, because those are women. Esau married the women, brother, right?
Yeah, right. Esau married the women, right?
Okay, all right. So he didn't marry men, right? Okay, so we know men are rulership, right? Men carry the seed, right?
Right. Esau.
Men are the progenitors, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So, with that being said, all that greatness, that was beautiful. With that mixing, Esau still mixed with who?
With Ishmael.
Good. You still cut yourself at the end of the day, brother.
Hey,
remember what the dominant
here's the
Bible
point.
said.
Here's the point right here is that Esau and Ishmael are going to be destroyed.
Right.
So who cares?
Yeah, but that because it's saying Esau and Ishmael because the Esau married Ishmael's daughter. That's why it's saying. Then it names off the 10-headed beast right there.
But did you hear what I said though?
All those nations are.
He don't hear what you said.
But hold on, slow down for a second. Did you hear what I said?
No.
It doesn't matter if Esau mixed with Moab. Who gives a crap? They're both going to be destroyed. So who cares?
Well, you have to care because you got to know where the 666 is coming from.
No, brother. It's
No,
not.
we
That's
don't.
not
What
where
we
it's
have
coming
to
from.
do is we have to trust in the Lord with all our heart, soul, and mind, and keep His commandments. That's it. That's why I'm trying to ask you, what's your point behind all of
My
this?
point is to warn you that warn my people that false doctrine of saying Esau the white man, you're gonna wind up and mess up, and the Arab's gonna sneak up on you, put in the name of Allah on your hand.
Yeah,
They gonna put
okay.
the-
Look,
Hey, brother, hold on.
here's
Wait.
the point.
Watch this.
The Muslims are wearing.
So you said so. Hey, brother Emery, brother Emery,
OMG.
Emery,
Uh-huh.
Ezekiel.
Yes.
All right, cool. The name of the Lord is what?
You said the name of the Lord is what?
Yes. What's the name of the Lord?
Yahuwah.
Okay.
Yahuwah.
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 Yeah, right. Yahweh. You just don't want to say Yahweh. You just want to say Yahuwah. That sounds like you're speaking in like a Maui or Hawaiian tongue, right? Do you think so?
Like pronounce the way you pronounce
With
it.
with the way you're saying it, yes. But brother, listen.
Mhm.
All right, real quick, brother. All right. There's a clear distinction between Edom, Edomites, Esau, Ishmael, right? Arab and Arabians. There's a difference, brother. We just went through the Arabian Peninsula. You and didn't have to go through it because you know yourself that there are many tribes in the Arabian Peninsula. So you already know that. So if you already know that, and then you know Esau mixed himself, you brought up the precept yourself in Genesis, the 20th chapter. This is all your work you've done. You brought out the Zondervan Bible Compact Dictionary.
It said East and their descendants into Arabia.
Wait, but wait. These are all the works that you've done.
Huh?
These are all the works you've done. Let me ask you a question. How long did it take you to come up with this information?
How long did it take me? What?
How long did it take you to gather your information?
It took me like 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to tell you is in 10 years, it took me 20 minutes to figure out your premise, brother.
Yeah, well, look.
I don't even think you understand what happened.
Well, you don't understand.
I do.
No, you
And
don't.
listen, my brothers are here right here. These
Let
brothers.
me
Listen, wait. Before you continue, these brothers are here. They're witnesses.
Okay, can
I gave your premise and your doctrine before you started.
Can I read this right quick? Let me give you this.
Read
Bible.
what you want, brother. Read what you want.
Okay, we got 1 Kings 10, right? 14.
Oh man.
15. It says, now the weight of gold that came to Solomon 1 year was 666 talents of gold.
You're not gonna weigh up the talents of gold of Solomon to try to say that 666, brother. You're not gonna do that, brother. Don't do that to yourself, brother.
The spice merchants
I think we done here.
and all the kings of Arabia.
No, listen. I
600.
I think we done here. Right, this motherfucker is bugged out of his mind.
Hold on, let's keep order. Let's keep order.
And I'm sorry, it just.
Let's keep order. All praises to the Most High. Right?
Hey, this is for the brother Emery, right? Look, this is what the Lord has smite you with, right? Deuteronomy 28:28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness. You, my brother, are in mad, right? And why are you mad? Because of this. because you need to trust in the Lord with all thine understanding, all thine heart. Everything you have to give to him, or else he's going to smite you with madness. And we gave you 15, 17 minutes, and you still didn't make your point.
So like we gave him over a damn hour.
Literally.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's time to,
Hey, look, for nothing. Hey, look, we actually gave him more than any other Israelite would do on their platform. How about that?
That was madness.
Hey, Salakia, I wanted to cut him, man, because y'all cut him off. He was doing a lot of talking, but I wanted to pull out that edition of Esther, man, chapter 16, verse 10, man. And he had to deal with why they called Haman, man, a Macedonian, right?
Hey,
man,
they call Alexander the
listen,
freak.
brother. They have a whole nother. He has a rebuttal for that, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Right.
So he have a rebuttal for the Macedonian and the Greeks and all that, unfortunately, with their doctrine. That's why it was strategically broken down the way it did. He spoke himself into a corner trap.
And I wanted to ask him, because me and Yashawan was bringing that out last week, right? And he was going into Timon, right? I wanted to ask him, why did Alexander and Philip, their dynasty, why did they call that the Timon dynasty? You see that? If they're Japhites, why did they take the name of Edom, right? Why did their dynasty deal with the same names of Edom? But yeah, man, I couldn't bring it out because the brother was all over the place.
No, so I mean that's a cut though. The way he was talking about, he said Esau is only in Saudi Arabia, but like you was talking about the Macedonian, he was an Edomite because he go back to the Agag, which was a descendant of Amalek. So how is it an Edomite from Macedonia if they're only in Saudi Arabia?
And even if he was going to go to the point of that citizenship, right? That's even more proof that Amalek mixed with Esau. I mean, mixed with the Greeks. You see that? And that's what King Shu was trying to say. He was saying that Esau and Amalek mixed with the people that lived in those lands, and now you got a whole dynasty of Edomites, of Amalekites. You see that?
And he must ain't paid attention to the previous history lessons that we went into, apparently, with the Greeks and all that.
Right.
I think we blowing smoke up here in Yahweh's camp. Not no more.
Hey, Brother Emery, you know, if you feel like we've done you wrong, hey, by all means, go study, go pray in the corner somewhere.
Hey, where Romello Pops from Sugar Hill? Romello's Pops from Sugar Hill.
Ramel never showed up.
Yeah, we could say him for next week or something. Yeah, cool. we could get him the whole 2 hours.
Right. Hey, Shapard, send us up out here, man.
Yes,
let's
please.
Hey, man, all praise to the Most High, man. We was able to bring out a mighty lesson, and we was able to shed some light and try to teach the brother Emery, right? Shalom to the children of Israel, right? This is Warzone Wednesday. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of his heavenly son, right? Yahweh Shah, right? And that's all I got, man. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Mashiach.
That's right.
Hey, we out of here. Hey, Emery, you want some more? Just send us an email, all right? Hey, Shalom, Israel.